talking about?
Did I get hit in the head?
How many of you here know what the false hydra is? It's a weird question.
Yeah, I know.
You know what it is, okay? For the rest of you, I
Mhm.
almost recommend not looking it up because it's one of the best, like, most popular one-shot concepts for people, but it's a vague, like, mess with your brain shit. I should just open with that. You guys have been doing a false hydra. That actually would be a fun opening to a
The
campaign to
whole
fuck with
time.
people.
Yeah, that would be funny.
It messes with people like those people don't exist. What are you talking about? The person you talked to yesterday, they don't exist. I don't know who you're talking about.
God.
Fuck with your reality. All right. Cool. Stream is up and running. Hey. Okay. I did it. Boom. You're in the yawning portal. What do you want to do? Now, last week, you all finished your fight in the Zentarm hideout as you were looking for Renar and a noble son, a noble in his own right, question mark. What's exactly going on with him? And I do want to point out, I really enjoyed that combat. I'm so glad I was using cover. For those who know like XCOM games, felt like it was a very unique flavor. I really enjoyed how that ended up panning out. Felt more strategic than normal, like low level stuff. Big fight, big hits, and everything, but you all came out. Hard as I tried to kill Lauren's character, she just would not die. You kept bringing her up. You guys we had an agreement. Let her character die, but you guys went against it. No, but you guys got her up, got her healthy, finished off the fight. Some of you had awakenings and such with your powers and new abilities. Rescued Renar, who was malnourished and such because he'd been trapped in a hidden room essentially for a couple days now. And while talking with him, the guards, the WD, wait, the water deep. WDG, yep. The water deep guards showed up and recognized Zaba, and a little bit. At first, you all were like, "We want to get out quietly," but no one could really come to a clear consensus. So Renar stuck up for you, like, "These people rescued me. I don't care what you think or have past history with anybody. Get out of my way. You should do a better job." And you all left. Renar then handsomely rewarded you all with uncommon magic items of different sorts. No, you guys do not get to have Uda-Ada's items when he leaves. Unless you want to kill his character for the XP / also then grab his item. Which I wouldn't put it past Graf at this point, because Graf has been turning into an interesting character. Who's I'm loving that. Yeah. So yeah, you rescued him, then you got your rewards, went back to Trollskull Manor, kind of settled in a little bit, started thinking about what you need to do to perhaps get into a running business of some sort, or maybe new furniture for your rooms. But then that night, went and you guys came up here to talk to Yager, right? Like I'm like, why did you guys send the Yawning Portal again? It was to talk to Yager, right? And just like check in.
Yeah, and then she told us, "Hey, he may be safe now, but we need you need to kidnap him again for the Zentarm."
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because sorry, my brain. I'm like, yeah, that's right. She hired you, quote unquote, and then Volo also asked you, quote unquote, maybe not exactly hired, but Renar, you guys kind of like let him go, and then you're like, yeah. Fortunately, we were able to get him because of guards and such. And through that discussion, Graf was like, "We'll go get him. We'll go get him again," and it was kind of pushing the conversation until I think Cora is the one who bravely spoke up and was like, "I'm, down for trying to find a solution, but maybe let's not. I don't think I'm comfortable kidnapping." And correct me if I'm wrong on this, right? This is also me helping y'all remind yourselves of where your stances were before it. Where I was like, I'm not exactly comfortable with kidnapping Renar again. And it seemed like, and we'll get to everything, Brent, with your characters, right? But in that moment, Uda-Ada seemed to be kind of opposed to the kidnapping side of it. And so is Hillshire. Zab, I think you're a little bit more open to it, but you had some good ideas of like, well, we don't have to do that if we can just get Renar. If they need information from Renar, maybe we can help them, and he doesn't seem to know anything. Maybe we can help prove he doesn't know anything, and the heat will be off of him, so to say. And that's kind of where everyone was kind of listed. And Graf was like, well, if we can't convince the Zhentarim / Yagra to listen to that proposal, we're all down to kidnap them still, right? And you're all like, no. And then, and one of my favorite lines ever, Graf was like, okay, well, I'll still kidnap them if I need to. And I do want to point out for you guys who don't know Riley much, because we know new players, and I always take it for granted we don't know each other's personalities. Riley's one of my best role players, and for the last 2 years I put in chat, he's been playing the goody. I say goody two shoes not as an insult, because he played him very well.
Yeah.
But like the honorable, almost chivalrous knight stereotype. And so Riley did a great job following like a lawful kind of alignment. Not that I do things aligned, but that's how he was playing them, right? A good character. Yeah.
The stereotypical, a lawful good. Like, not a paladin in mechanics, but basically a paladin.
A lot of flavor
for,
kind of came off that way. Yeah. So just so you guys know, like, I loved Riley's RP of Graf, because Graf was just kind of driving the conversations, in my opinion, until he's like, I'm going to keep going until you guys tell me to stop or like confront me on it. I'm not saying that Riley's character is bad. There's a lot of mysteries behind it, but just know, and Riley can correct me if I'm wrong, but he's, just pushing his character's motives, and he won't be opposed if you guys, through the RP and the narrative, if you guys are pushing back at him. So I loved how you guys finally kind of, you know what, maybe let's take a step back. But then Graf was still wanting to take a step forward. So
I don't care if y'all want to step out of this, but this is an opportunity I ain't refusing.
Mm-hmm. I think I feel like we could say we kind of ended in that kind of exact moment with that statement, because I don't remember how much the conversation carried beyond that personally. So that kind of lays out exactly what you guys were talking about before. And I do remember, Zaba, I think your plan that you had proposed, and you guys were, that sounded like taking kind of semi-seriously, was speak to Yagra, perhaps see if they have like a truth serum or something of that sort. If they provide it to him, you guys would try and arrange a meeting with Renar and convince Renar, like, hey, you should have this meeting with them. So, because right now they don't believe that you don't know anything, they're going to keep coming after you. But if we can do this and you can prove to them, perhaps everyone can win in whatever way. Either this entire time we'll get their information, maybe Renar actually does know something, like there's a lot of question marks. But what you guys believe in that moment is like, we'll get the heat off of you if you agree with us on this. So, not to steer it too hard into a whiplash direction, but Brent, with Uda Ada, just so that, because this will be an interesting part, right? Because I feel like you guys could then have this whole discussion through your characters again for another hour, planning and such. But we know Uda Ada is going to be sunsetting. And also it'll be a little interesting to see how you guys take a new face potentially coming in as you're having this discussion, right? We have ideas for introducing him. Are we comfortable with Uda Ada kind of sunsetting now and us introducing a new character in this moment? Is it okay if we kind of jump in with that?
Yeah.
Are you comfy with that, Brent?
Sure.
Yeah.
I'll try to keep my split personality.
Well, it's up to you. Like, I'm not saying that Uda Ada would just get up and just be like, you know what? Whatever. But like, fuck you guys. I disagree with it. I'm not, like, I don't think any of us would think that's what Uda Ada would do. But it has been hours, over a whole day almost, of those new elemental powers awakening in him, right? Mm-hmm. So he's had a day, he's working around the Troll Skull Manor, trying to like do what he normally does that day, starts moving things around, cleaning up. But I do feel like perhaps, I'm just projecting, correct me if you tell me if you like this, that he has been reflecting on it, right? And in this moment, and like you are at this moment now, right? You're seeing this group going, all right, here's a big step forward. What is this group going to do? But there's something new awakened inside of you that's steering you in a different direction. And maybe seeing this crossroads in this moment has decided for Uda Ada, like, okay, I don't want to commit to this to them because I think I need to go do something else. If you're comfortable with that. Yeah. So let's maybe
Exactly.
if you want to take the lead
my,
on
my
that,
thought
maybe?
was with sunsetting it though is that I just don't. I was just gonna say I don't know if they really care what's going on inside of Udada's head.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I,
It's
you know,
however you want to do it. Yeah.
okay, yeah, I'm struggling with my mic here. It seems like there's a delay. Ugh, this pisses me off. Anyway, yeah. So Udada, as you guys are like having this plan and everything, you kind of saw he's just kind of sitting there brooding in the corner and not really participating a whole lot. And then he will rather kind of abruptly just kind of stand up and he'll say, I don't think that I can help you any further. Not that I have helped you all that much thus far. But and he kind of moves his hand in front of his face, and you can kind of see like a little ball of fire turn into a little ball of ice, into a little whirlwind, into a little bit of mud or whatever, you know, kind of all these elements. And he goes, but I think I am being called to a different place for a different purpose. And then he'll look back up at you and say, I think it is time for me to return to my village and receive the respect that I have earned. They're like, yeah, get the fuck out.
You run with us for a bit. Collect your fairly earned share of the pay. And the second you hear your mother ringing the dinner bell, it's time for you to get going, is it?
I wouldn't say my mother is ringing a dinner bell. I don't believe that I will be welcomed. But I must take this opportunity to prove that a runt, a tiny, small, minuscule Goliath like myself, can in fact perform well in combat. And I feel that these forces that are now coming out of me, and he kind of, that those elementals kind of things flashes in both of his hands again a little bit quicker this time, and they're reminding me of home. The winds from the mountaintops, the lava that would flow when the earth cracked, the ice on the peaks, and the hard earth of the mountain itself. And I feel that it's calling me to return and show my tribe what I have learned and perhaps earn my place back among them.
Well, in that case, just promise me you'll make use of my favorite tactic in hand-to-hand combat.
He looks at you, sand in the eyes.
No! Headbutt them in the dick.
I'm about the right height for that there.
Aye. It works best if you got a helmet with like a fake mohawk thing going on.
Perhaps I will find one along the way. It is a long journey.
Well, we wish you luck, Uda, and wherever your journey may take you.
Thank you very, very much. Hold on real quick, because he might. I just want to see if there's anything that he would gift you guys, as long as.
I'm fine with
Nate
gold.
doesn't have a
I would
problem.
be. I would just be a little careful with uncommon items, like that kind of
Yeah,
thing.
the only
Everything
thing
else,
I have
though.
are the wraps.
Everything else, I would. Is it fair game?
Yeah, I don't think anybody wants my wraps anyway. So, what is the rival coin?
I don't know.
There's
The rival coin.
it's
I
it's
read the.
yeah, it's a common common
Oh, was
wondrous
that the
item.
thing you got out of Durnan's
Yeah, yeah,
crate of common items?
exactly. I don't know if you'd let me give that.
Oh no,
up,
yeah,
but
1%,
it's kinda done.
100%.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean it's nothing. I'll just take it out and say, I don't think I will be needing this, and perhaps you can keep it to remember me by. And he'll kind of bow to each one of you, and then he'll kind of unceremoniously just turn and walk out of Durnan's place.
Question.
Mhm.
Does he give the coin to us by flipping it onto the table?
Sure. I was gonna say just set it, but yeah, that kind of like that, like the little flip of his thumb, and kind of lets it flip and land on the.
Go and roll a D2 for me. One is heads, two is tails.
Even and odd. I don't have it. Yeah, we'll just do even and odd.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. It's just easier.
Odd is heads.
Yeah.
Okay. I think
There
I
you
knew
go,
what Riley
heads.
was going for. Like, oh, the effect might go off. Target one creature you can see
Yep.
with 60 feet, the chart must take a wisdom save. When it fails save, the target takes 2d4 psychic damage and has disadvantage on the next attack roll. So I feel like rather than it targeting anybody on accident around the table, you kind of flip on the table and you guys just hear somebody like, fucking hey, like fucking head. And like, so the guy like 2 tables over just like is holding his head like, ow, what are you putting these drinks down in?
I love it. I love it.
That's funny.
We don't have to RP through all of it, but I feel like outside Udata, you essentially run into Volo. And he's like, oh, you're leaving. Oh, no, for sure. Let me know if you ever need anything. Blah, 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 blah. And then he walks in. And with him,
and with him,
a new face. As he kind of walks in, Volo, you see Volo walk in with a figure. If you would like to Brent describe this new figure to the party.
Sure. He's actually, if it wasn't for his get up, he would probably be very nondescript. He's handsome, but just kind of in a plain sort of way. Brown hair, average height, average build for a human. He looks human anyway, and he's wearing. It's interesting because he's got like studded leather armor on, but it's fashioned in such a way to be almost like a costume. So he kind of looks, like you can pretty much tell he's a performer. Besides the fact that he has kind of several instruments hanging off of him. He probably hasn't shaved in a day or two, so he got a little bit of scruff. Striking blue eyes is probably about the only thing that really stands out other than the outfit. You can, if you're perceptive, pick up that he's got a couple of daggers stashed. But other than that, he just seems like a friendly looking guy. He's got a kind of a wry smile on his face that's kind of, wide, but real friendly. And as he kind of walks in, you'll see, he'll kind of, see some people across the room. Either he does or he's pretending, like the Donald Trump thing where he like waves to somebody like he knows who he's talking about. So just, he'll he kind of wave and wink across the room and a little nod, a tip of the hat over that way. And,
finger points.
Yeah, kind of like, yeah, exactly. Like
I like to imagine that because I almost made a joke that when Udata left, there's more than one set of eyes watching the muscular, shirtless, handsome guy leave, and they're like, oh, and then like Ash walked in the door behind them, like, ah.
Oh.
So then you do the charming winks or whatever, maybe to a few eyes.
Absolutely.
Keeping their eyes
Some
on.
of them are to actual people I know. Some of them are just because that one looks cute.
Yeah, exactly. A little bit of a smile and a wave as people are sizing you up on your way in. The maybe confident, like wink and smile. But Volo sees somebody he recognizes, right? He's like, oh, there, over there. And you guys see Volo point and he starts walking over. Friends! Hello! Oh my goodness. Oh, I feel like we see each other here every day now. Ash, these are the people I was telling you a little bit about. I didn't tell you anything. Cora, please don't look at me that way. I just was telling Ash about some friends of mine who have been doing some good deeds for some other friends of mine. But I thought you wanted to meet Ash. Ash, this is Strangers of Danger. I can call you that, right? It's okay if I call you Strangers of Danger.
Yeah, that's fine.
Fantastic, fantastic. Come, Ash, sit down. These are good friends. These are good friends, and we are becoming friends too, aren't we, Ash? Yes.
Oh,
No,
most definitely. And he puts his arm around Volo and taps him on the other shoulder. We're buds for sure. Oh, except for
Good
he's got a stutter in his voice, but yeah.
good friends we are. Bonnie, a drink for me, and for me. Yes, just one good drink for me. And oh yes, everyone. Ash, everyone.
Which one of you is everyone?
He's very charming. He's got jokes. Ash does.
These are the jokes, people.
I think Cora's like pretty straight faced.
Well, half
Convenient that you would bring someone as soon as we lost a member. It's almost like you're watching us, Volo.
You lost him. Is that why I just spoke to Uda on outside? He said he was on a journey for self-fulfillment to the Goliaths. You know, have you all read Volo's guides yet? I have a fantastic chapter in about Goliath culture. It's very fascinating. I could have given some Uda, perhaps some... I could have told him a bit about his own culture, you think? I'm just kidding. I would not do that to him. Well, he seemed to be out and about. Cora, don't accuse me of anything. It had nothing to do... Do you think I would just bring Ash here at the Yawning Portal, knowing that Uda Otto was going to leave, that he was sharing his deepest desires with me in the conflict? No, of course he didn't. Yeah, me and Ash were just coming up here for a drink, and I was hoping to run into you all. Ash is very
Cora's
good.
like very unblinking, but then she shifts over and looks at Ash. My name is Cora.
It's a pleasure to meet you, little lady. How are you doing this evening?
She like furrows her brow. Well, this is Graf, and she like looks over to Graf, Hillshire, and Zaba.
He'll reach his hand out to each one in turn and repeat the names as he goes around. Grab, Hillshire, Saba.
When Cora, mentions Graf, bonus action, Cloak of Billowing.
Nice. I got flair, yo.
Zaba does not shake his hand, but just kind of squints at him. Just like, kind of, sizing him up.
He'll mock squint like back at you, kind of like but with a smile, like in a friendly, playful way, and be like, "You're slow to make friends, I can tell, but I bet you we're gonna be buds."
Yeah, Hillshire will shake his hand and kind of ask him, "So, you a writer too?"
I do a little bit of everything. Man of many parts.
You should
I'm
tell
about
him.
a useful. Oh, go ahead.
No, tell them about some of your songs. He's
I'm
a
as
bit of
useful
an
as a
orator.
pocket on a vest, and as he says, he'll stick his thumbs in the two front pockets on his vest. Let's just say I'm very well rounded and have pretty broad skill set. Some would say jack of all trades, master of none, but I would argue that
Master of
I'm
none.
probably a bit of a master of a few.
Not to put. You should show them that strange instrument that you use, or I don't know if you call it an instrument.
Oh, you must mean these. And he reaches in an inside pocket of his vest, and he's got a couple of spoons and puts them between his fingers and just starts, picks his knee. He puts his foot up on the chair.
Volo just starts grinning. It's like, would you look at that? I was in the tavern. The Lady's Regret. And look at it's called the Lady's Regret, but it's the Lady's Regret. And he was there in the corner playing. And it's a fine establishment. But look, there's a bit of a jig in your hip a little bit. And Volo's like starting to like tap his. Do you sing with it, Ash, or do you just play the spoons like that? Just like.
Oh, we'll do a little singing with it.
Yeah.
It's been a beautiful evening, meeting new friends, something.
Mm-hmm. He calls it.
I rolled a performance check.
Oh, 24. Yeah, so it's up to you guys are impressed, but 24 is really good for what he's doing, right? It's like an amazing little performance, very catchy, whether maybe you wanted it to be catchy or not. And I'm projecting things, but please correct me if you don't like, because I'm like, what do you call it? Folk music or something like that?
like I said, I'm a man of many parts. I can play lots of different things, but yeah, folk is probably the closest thing to what I do.
He has a way with spoons and other skills. Ash has been very helpful with certain aspects, just as helpful as you all been lately. Also, think he might be good for you at the Troll Skull Tavern if you're opening that. Maybe performer. Maybe you all could sign him on with you. Uda Otta is missing. Promising him some payment for things, and maybe movement has gone past too far. Maybe we can discuss that maybe in the future.
Well, yeah, he's more than welcome to join our group if he pays us.
Cora like laces her fingers and leans on the table. Ash, if I may be so blunt, the man who just left could conjure different elements. You play the spoons. What exactly can you bring to us?
So you're asking the hard questions, huh? Excuse me for just 1 second. Excuse me, miss, and he'll call a waitress over.
Bonnie kind of walks over. What can I do for you, love?
Neil.
Are you casting a spell on me?
Yes, I am. I'm trying to. Why is it not going? Anyway, I'm trying to cast command.
I don't want to steer you away from a brave decision, but you're going to a stranger in an establishment and casting magic on them to do things against your will.
I guess I was kind of assuming that I knew Bonnie, but that's all right.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not going to assume that you know Bonnie in that moment. So, like, I don't want to steer you, but, like, I definitely am in the camp of, like, the whole idea of, like, people talk about necromancy being bad. Using, like, enchantment magic on people is even more almost cruel in its own way. I'm sorry.
Okay.
You could
fine.
do it. I just wanted you to know the world while the world would look at it, if that, and still see if that's what you wanted to do.
That makes sense. Yeah, see, most of the things I can do are kind of that naughty kind of stuff, you know. I mean, I was gonna just use like Mage Hand, but like anybody can do Mage Hand, you know. So.
I mean, if you wanted to, you could have been playing the spoons, and again, do what you would like to, but like, start casting out Bardic Inspiration, and they could be feeling an upliftment from it.
Oh, most definitely. Actually, I haven't used my musician's thing. My musician feat. So I could do that and give 2 of them right now because that's my. Can I wait? Yeah, it's proficiency bonus. So I could do 2 of them. So Cora and I don't know Graf, and I'll just give him a heroic inspiration.
Yeah, so it's like as he's tying it into your performance, right, and just kind of like this uplifting. It's like, and you can add any flavor you want to it. Does it come off magical in any way, or is it just something instinctively?
I'll be playing the spoons and just kind of the rhythm, and then the little, the singing and whatever, and then kind of as I'm doing it, I'll look towards Cora, and you'll just kind of see a little magical energy come off the spoons, and then a little bit more magical energy coming off my voice, and they kind of mingle together and work towards her a little bit, and yeah, all of a sudden she feels like, gosh, really good.
Go ahead and roll another performance check for me, just real quick. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah.
No, you're good. It wasn't the greatest.
Continue.
She sneezes.
Bonnie walks over.
She sneezes at advantage.
You call Bonnie over, right? And you don't say Neil to her, but you're kind of like, she's like, very nice performance, love. Can I get you a drink?
Could you
Food?
Please? Sure. Something light. Yeah, well, maybe a charcuterie board or something like that.
We do have a bit of assortment. We can get something going for you.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Cheese and meat and bread coming right up. She kind of backs away.
So your magic is influenced through music.
Sure, if that's the way you'd like to perceive it.
You'd call yourself a bard?
Oh, well, most definitely. Very proudly so.
I stand up, kind of walk up to him with my eyes still squinted and say, pause for a moment, eye to eye. And I say, you can join us if you buy me a drink.
Well, who said that I wanted to join you?
Oh, you know,
What's
I could
what's in it for me?
I could see it in your eyes, boy.
I'm making some pretty good coin in my
You,
circuit here in the city.
you've got the wanderlust.
Mm, do I? But I haven't left Waterdeep in nigh on 10 years or so now.
You're itching for something, though.
Mm, you're good. What is it I'm mentioned for?
A round of drinks for all of us.
Mhm.
Cora leans over to Graf. What is happening?
I'm not quite sure, but I think it's funny enough that I'm not gonna stop it.
Hey, can you do the spoon thing again? I
Well,
saw a hobo do that once in Baldur's Gate.
I told Brent about your
And
character a little bit. Go ahead though.
I've heard
He
this
was
kind of
telling me
music
about it.
before.
Don't make him pull out the banjo, man.
Please.
What was the name of your character, Justin? I can't remember at the top of my head.
Prescott?
Prescott. We need to have
Yeah.
Nate was
Prescott
telling me about
cameos
him.
more often in these like silly adventures. Continue though.
I have no problem buying a round of drinks, but again, I'd like to understand why would I like to join your group?
We all should understand each other. I have been meeting adventurers of the schools over the years. Usually not thought to have no sort of spark, no sort of panache. You're about to open a business, and I can see a good connection here. Ash here is an amazing performer. Look how eclectic he is. And he's been making a name for himself in some of the local taverns with his performance. He could help elevate you all to, I think he has some good ideas to bring to your operations. That's just me, though. Ash is not pushing me to join you all for you on his behalf or anything of that sort. I am just showing connections of friends who I think could help each other, make each other stronger in the end. I'm just throwing that out there. Oh, look! It's Lord Silvermane. I'll be back. I'm going to go to talk to Lord Silvermane. Gets up and walks away.
When he walks away, I'm gonna immediately start making fun of Volo. I'm gonna mock him and pretend to be like do his voice. Matter of fact, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna use my hat, Nate, and I'm gonna make myself look like Volo, and then I'm gonna impersonate him with the I'm so very important. I should let you all know that I'm very important today, and you should all be very proud to be in my presence. Yeah, not the greatest.
Yeah, Cora laughs a little bit. Maybe a little chuckle.
I'll let myself go back before Volo sees it. Yeah, I think we could have a lot of fun, and if you need a performer for it's a tavern, is it?
Yeah, right now it's a rundown shack. We're working
Well,
on getting the funds together for rehabilitation, shall we say.
well, besides the odd jobs that I perform, I do have a regular circuit, various performances that I do, and from some of the dock ward taverns up to doing some private shows for some of the lords of Waterdeep and their ladies. So I could probably influence getting some folks to come to a new business.
That could be good once we get it up and running.
So, would I get an equal share in this business if I helped?
You would need to be involved in everything that we do. That includes danger.
Do you also
Oh.
agree to split all performance proceeds from here on out?
What's that?
All proceeds made from your performances, musician.
Would go where?
Split between the group.
But I'm an equal
Well-
partner in the business and in anything that we may tactically acquire while we're performing these said dangerous duties. Is that the deal
If
you're
he-
trying to make?
If he does join us, then perhaps the people that he brings in. Oh crap! What is it? I just blanked. Troll Skull Manor.
Troll Skull Manor. Mhm.
Yeah. Troll Skull Manor. We could split the profit from that, but it is his performance that he's doing.
Yeah, why am I not surprised that the person with connections to the town guard are trying to shake somebody down?
Ooh.
Connections to
Seen it
town
a lot.
guard?
What are you insinuating?
Well, you're trying to shake him down.
It's not a shakedown.
No, I respect it.
We don't even know the guy. How can we trust him?
We
I
don't
mean-
exactly know each other very well.
That's true. But if this guy turns out to be a dad, he might fit well just working at the manor.
All right. Let me handle this for a sec. So, we got something of a test. If you pass, you're in. How do you feel about kidnapping a man?
God damn it! I knew it was coming. Cora like rubs her forehead.
What's your
Graph, we've
position on
still-
kidnap?
What's
still
the
have not decided on that yet.
what's the risk to reward ratio?
The risk? If we play it smart, not too bad.
Is too high.
Again, if you play it smart, not too bad.
Looking around the room or around the table. Playing it smart, eh? Well,
But the reward?
Is too
There's
low.
scarce better opportunities.
It's not a lot of gold. And honestly, if things go wrong, which they very well could, we'll end up with two massively powerful organizations after it.
I'm sorry. You put a specific emphasis there on two. Does that mean there's already one?
No, but two don't have
Probably.
one is about definitely gonna hate us, but two don't have to hate us. So
And Graf is on the path for having at least one very powerful on our bad side, which would equal two very powerful on our bad side. And if we mess it
One,
up,
two, the Hatcherick, who's keeping count?
I am.
Well, I have nothing in my stomach that would keep me from participating in a job that included kidnapping, but I would certainly have to be convinced that the reward is worth the risk.
I think the last offer from Yagra for the straight up kidnapping was because she was getting desperate. Was like 550 gold. Like originally it was like 400, but she kept like upping it as you guys were being a little bit more
Yeah.
questionable
I
on
don't.
it.
I think she doesn't really have a whole lot of money. I don't think it's not like the Zentarmer like feeding her gold to do this. I think she's like very independent right now.
Yeah, you all do know that she's acting independently, but she has offered 550. I believe she upped it from the original 400 as you guys were unsure about how you wanted to proceed.
Graf, how much do you think that the actual Zentarum would pay us instead? They've got access to a lot more gold, I imagine. If we can make their claim on their prize easy, they'll probably pay a lot more than Yager can pay. She's only in it for herself. If you're really in it for the money, let's
Oh,
go.
believe
up.
me.
Let's get Yager to take us to the top and see what he offers.
I don't think she's going to do that. After all, she's already wary enough of just getting the information out of him rather than the man himself.
And if we go to the top, if Yagra takes us there, then she gets cut out. The Zentarum won't need Yagra to do it anymore, they just need us. She's not gonna like that.
Well, I'd rather Yager
I
than the Zentarum.
Yagra's job security, as it were, relies on us not knowing who her boss is.
We know who her boss is, the leader of the Zentarum.
I wouldn't put it past Yagra to be second lowest on the totem pole, to be honest. You think those highest up are just sitting around in a tavern like this, looking for random people to help them with their woes? No.
I still think that kidnapping the Lord is not a good idea. If we truly want to sell something to the Zentarum or make money off of them, it's information that they want. Let's just go get the information.
Unfortunately, just like several times before, I will have to be back in a few minutes. So,
That's okay. I'll wrap things up, Graf. Don't worry about it.
Graf's
runs off to the
overactive
little
batter
gnome's
curse is
All right, now for the true discussion. No, I'm just kidding.
he's in the back alley right now taking care of business. He doesn't even go to like the
Why
restroom.
the alley?
Yeah.
He's the bum that we saw in.
You're done. I fucking knew. I thought someone was back here taking a shit. I thought it was some homeless guy. Graf, get out of here! And then he starts yelling in the background.
I know I sent that meme earlier, but for some reason, like Graf turning like kind of to the darker side just reminded me of like Scotty from Austin Powers when he starts like losing his hair because he starts turning more evil into like Dr. Evil. Anyway.
Straight up, I've never seen Austin Powers movie all the way through.
What?
I've only seen obviously
my
like famous
God.
clips and stuff. I need
So
to.
his son is like he's getting more and more evil every day, and he starts like losing his hair and going bald.
Oh, is
like
that
his father, the more evil he
Seth
gets.
Green's
And he's
character,
like
right?
Yeah, Seth
Yeah.
Green. Yeah, he's a redhead too.
Starts getting darker and darker.
Yep. Yeah, of course, like Pinchy Nerd knows. She didn't really mean to like start going into this discussion about the 3 different factions, especially with like a newcomer right there at the table. But
Well, and I'm still kind of just trying to figure out if I passed the test. And also, did you happen to mention both the Zentarum and Xanathar's Guild?
yes, we did.
These are the 2 organizations?
The Xanathar's Guild, we're not exactly on a good side with them. The Zentarum, we're trying to stay on the good side of them. And what is it? The Lords of Alliance. That's the one that I'm really trying to stay on its good side.
Yeah, they're kind of in the middle there.
Who's in the middle?
The Lord's Alliance. I mean, it seems like these Zentarum and Xanathars are fighting each other, and everybody's just looking for people. But
the Zentarum and the Xanathar's Guild, they're kind of like not like, I think like moral wise, aren't they like kind of at the same level? Do shady business.
I'm sorry, it's not like you're asking a above question about Xanathars and
Yeah.
Zentarum. I think all of your both of yeah. I don't think history checks are involved. You guys has a little bit of interactions with them as organizations is enough for you to be like they're both kind of sketchy, dubious people. Yeah,
Yeah,
organizations.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're both evil.
Yeah.
hideouts in the
And then-
sewers, kidnapping nobles,
Yeah.
bloody war out in the streets,
Kidnapping
stolen
the already-
goods,
yeah,
moving illegal
napping the
animals,
napper.
beasts through the just there's just a few things you've already encountered.
Stoning people.
Yeah. Mind flayers, though that could be
Yeah.
up for debate what they're
Yeah,
good or
what do you got?
bad.
You got kidnaps
Brain
and,
monsters. It's just
Then you got the Lords of the Lion,
Boxes.
who are just like
Just boxes
relatively
of
good guys.
basilisks.
yeah, legally
Poisoning people,
moving
stoning people.
beast through the city.
Yeah.
I wanted to say this not to tempt you guys, but just gonna know how I'm running things. You guys didn't fight the basilisk, so you didn't get experience for the basilisk. Just as an heads up. I'm not saying you guys should have because you guys were beat up for it, but I don't do experience a lot, so I did want you guys to see that as something that was there in that way. Just a FYI. That's all.
So that's pretty much where we're at right now. Most of the group is a little hesitant to re-kidnap the lord that we just freed, especially for 500 gold.
There's likely much to be gained by being friends with the Lord's Guild.
Especially if we have such a public place where we frequent the Troll Skull Manor.
I would agree, and that's my biggest concern is if you're going to have a very public type of enterprise and then also be openly finding yourself at odds with some powerful and evil groups, probably not a really wise decision. I thought perhaps, is there a way to perform one set of those tasks a little bit incognito?
You're speaking of kidnapping the Lord incognito?
So if things do turn south, if you will, we won't draw attention to these faces.
Well, we could limit ourselves to just providing them information. From Renard's perspective, he would just have been kidnapped again. We weren't there to save him, unfortunately, and why would he implicate us?
Well, I think that while y'all seem to not be able to come to an agreement, that you are thinking this through, and sounds exciting. Hey, Bonnie, round of drinks, please.
She nods. Probably remembering the drinks you've all have had the last few nights. She brings. Sorry, I'm also stuffing my face. Brings you all drinks of your preferred on Ash's tab.
Well, welcome.
My pleasure, or at least I hope it will be.
So since you are so new to the situation, how exactly should we remain incognito when we kidnap the lord that we just freed who's seen all of our faces?
Is there a way to extricate yourselves from this point forward and perhaps inject alter egos, if you will? He pulls his backpack. Oh, would he be carrying his backpack around? Probably. Backpack out and pull out a little kit that's got like a bunch of makeup and like fake hair and stuff like that in it. And I could Probably set you all up with some stuff. We could even maybe try and get a little bit more professional job done. And I know all sorts of people who operate in masks.
Her face like kind of darkens when you mention her mask.
Can I? How do I decide if I catch that? Perception and insight. What do I roll for that?
I think insight is more appropriate.
Of course, one of my very weaker skills. Great. I'm not gonna catch it.
It's also up to Lauren if she thinks you saw it. You know, sometimes it's the player's choice too. So it's up to Cora if you noticed anything at all.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think she's really been like trying to hide it, for sure. It's like a reflex or like a natural reaction, you know.
He's gonna
Someone
stop.
looks tense.
He'll stop and look you square in the eye for a minute. Not in like a fierce, intense way, but just kind of a friendly way. But definitely making eye contact and says, "There's many different reasons people would wear a mask."
She just like hold your eye contact, and you don't need to know mine.
Didn't ask. I'm just asking if you'd be willing to wear a different kind of mask for a different reason.
All right, I am lost on this conversation.
So, Zaba says, I have no need for your flimsy masks and makeup. And I turn around and I cast Disguise Self on myself. And Disguise Self is Bonnie. And then turn back around.
That's always an option.
Everyone roll perception checks. See if you guys hear Graf taking a crap in the alley. I'm just kidding.
I hope not. I hope I roll low.
Unfortunately, none of you glean any extra information. Continue.
I still think that kidnapping the Lord again just isn't worth the 500 gold. If we want to... Is it really the gold, or are we trying to establish a relationship with Zentarum?
I don't really see the benefit in it. We go much farther with the noise. Zentarum are a rabble of scum and villainy.
She like raises an eyebrow when you say that.
I don't know that I would qualify them as rabble, but I do agree that it's somebody we don't want to openly be against us. Unless, of course, we felt like we could somehow defeat the entire organization. Anybody feeling froggy?
Yeah, we probably could.
I mean, we almost got our asses kicked the other day by birds.
Louis and birds.
And you had that big old tower and creature with you that just left?
Yes, Udo Ada. At least I can save some healing spells now. Just kidding.
Well, then I would say that a little bit of secret identity might be a wise decision. Wait, sorry, out of character real quick. Did you guys talk about that other plan about like just getting them to do the magic on him and show that he doesn't know anything? Did you guys talk about that in front of Ash, or was that before Ash was here?
They kind of circled it a little bit, but they haven't. I don't think they made that very clear to you,
Yeah.
Ash. Yeah, which I respect your RP.
think-
You're just acting on the whole like kidnapping aspect of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think.
But-
I mean,
but you
Cora
said
did
they-
mention like they're looking for information. If we could just get them the information, then that would be more valuable.
Okay,
and
then,
more safer.
He'd pick up on that then. And
Yeah.
is there some other way that we could get the Zentarum the information that they desire without kidnapping?
Won't go out that door. It's
I know what we
this
got.
is this material site now.
How about this? If we just go kill Bernard, we can cast Speak with Dead, ask him where the information is, and then we would be the only bearers of said information now. And we can offer to sell that information to the Zentarum for a much higher.
Wait, so our option is instead of kidnapping him, we could just kill him? How is that
Yeah.
better?
Dead men tie bears. How would that tie us to the Lord's Guild? You know, he just died. Wow.
I mean, if we never kidnap him, he doesn't have a tale to tell.
Like Cora's like rubbing her head.
Also, Zaba, I'm pretty sure that they can extract secrets from the dead.
Mhm.
But that's no one. After we would be doing that, and they can't just come and do that again. That's not how.
Zaba, we are not murdering a noble, and it seems like you.
Not
out
when
of
we can
anybody,
sell him.
should be keeping a low profile since you
Yeah.
have such animosity with the captain.
In all likelihood, for all we know, the Zentarum are planning to do the same thing with him. So we're murdering him anyway by handing him over.
Cora,
Are you
like,
planning
smiles
on
nervously at
murdering?
Bonnie. God damn it!
Are you planning on murdering him looking like me? She kind of like standing over Zaba, who, as far as I know, still looks like Bonnie.
Mhm.
Can I ask what's going on here?
Nothing. We're just talking about a familiar friend.
And you decided to look like me for it.
Yes. I thought it was, I saw, you know, I just thought he would buy me some drinks.
Roll a persuasion check. I can't say the DC is very low, but roll a persuasion check. Imitation is flattery. But she like leans in and kind of like whispers into your ear. But please save those tricks for outside of the tavern, if you don't mind. I do take it a bit personal when people take on my appearance.
Okay. I remove my disguise.
She kind of looks you up and down. Was that magic you used? Or you got some sort of innate ability?
It's kind of an innate ability.
Maybe I'll buy you that drink later. She walks off.
Wow.
Nice.
All right. So, who is set on if the first plan of getting information fails, that we are kidnapping the Lord again? God.
Graf raises his hand.
No. The chuckle was in character.
I know that's what you want, Graf. What does everybody else want?
Here's an alternative. We could frame Yagra or sell her to the Zentarum as being a traitor, or kill Yagra. And, you know, there's a bunch of different options we could take.
Why is every plan that you come off with just keep getting worse?
I love that Zaba came up with an idea like, okay, we all might be able to get behind that. And then Zaba just keeps like, You know what?
But we
Also,
could-
though, we could murder him. We could just frame people. We could then go to Zaba just
Murder
throwing
is
all
always
the
an
ideas.
option.
Yeah, Zaba's giving you guys a smorgasbord of different options.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I get a vote yet or not, but I just think I think that what I really want is the most amount of scratch for the least amount of scratches.
I don't really know what that means, but I think I understand.
I think he's
My
trying
goodness,
to
girl, don't you
easy
speak
money.
Tom?
Who wants easy money?
Ah, see. So there's the smart one.
And I think our easiest shot at money is walking shoulder to shoulder, hand in hand into the house of the Lloyd's Guild and seeking riches there. I believe they're loaded.
What do they have to gain or lose in this situation?
The Lords of Alliance?
Mhm.
Nothing, really. But we helped out one of the nobles, so we've been noticed to be not a friend, but an ally to them. Perhaps they may seek us in the future if they do need more help. The Zentarum, on the other hand, that one over there, and she like points to Yagra.
Who keeps glancing over, looking at
independent.
you guys, like tapping her foot, like ignoring the person talking to her.
Yeah,
Hmm.
Cora makes it. She like points at her. That one over there is working independently from the Zentarum. They may not even know what she's doing or what she's searching for. She's trying to hire us for her own gains within her guild.
When you point to her and I see that you openly, just
That one
brazenly
there.
brazenly point.
You stand
her-
up,
and her-
point across the room. That half orc there.
and her so openly like you fired up about it. I'm gonna kind of
Yeah.
smile and wink at her and be like, well, yeah, I seem to think that she might be part of the solution one way or the other. And he keeps making eye contact with her as he says it.
Yagra's just glaring across the room. Like she's glancing back at you all to see if you're finished. Goes back and then sees you making eye contact. Did you make a persuasion roll?
I'm making a persuasion roll?
Yep.
Oh, who am I persuading?
You're
Oh, that
persuading
was almost an 18.
11. That was just a good because it's not like you're winking at Yagra and like trying to like say like a friendly hello to her across the room. So I was just seeing what her initial.
No, I was just kind of trying to mock the situation. I mean, if these are my group, this is my crew now. And they openly don't like her. I just thought that the wink would piss her off further. That was my.
Oh, you're trying to piss her off. Okay.
Well, she's already pissed, and I'm clearly a part of this group now, so I'm probably not going to make it any better.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, Poop Bear.
Yeah, so she kind of like
That's what any
scowls
of
a
my
little bit and
characters
goes
would be.
back to her table, or like turns back to her table, still looking very impatient.
Nice.
So what I think we should do, and take this as it is, I will go along with what everybody else wants, but if we can find the information that the Zentarum is looking for, we don't need Yagra. We just need that information, and we can sell it for a good price to the Zentarum. And that doesn't have to involve murder, and like looks at Zaba. It doesn't have to involve kidnapping, and looks at Graf.
It probably will have to.
It may have to, but there are ways that I think we should try before we resort to such
What is
means.
this? What is this information that they seem to be seeking?
They're looking for the Stone of Galore.
The hell is the Stone of Galore?
We don't know. But we found out what they were looking for. It's possible that we can find out even more information from this. Oh, I think, didn't we find it? Oh, yeah, I guess Cora would give him an update on, so the Lord that they rescued, Lord Renar, his father was the previous,
Open Lord.
Lord, yeah. And
unceremoniously was kicked out of the seat.
Yeah, because rumors of like him extorting gold from like the communities and everything, and so he got driven out. And then there's a, I guess a
A
not a
rumor
well-known
now that
rumor.
there's a
Yeah,
yeah. It sounds like there's
a
a rumor about a
treasury.
vault. Yeah,
Yeah, a big vault with a bunch of money, and
and the Stone
that
Galore might be related in some way.
yeah, it could be a key to not the key, but like it's related to it in the vault. So she would recap Ash over that. That's what the Zentarum is looking for, and that's what the Xanathar's Guild is looking for. So, if we can find information about the Stone of Galore, the Lord Renar said that he doesn't know anything about it already, and he
Do we
pretty
believe
much got.
him?
He seems very truthful. They hurt him very badly to get the information, and he still didn't know.
He knows nothing about this stone.
Correct.
Hmm.
He barely speaks with his father.
Is there none of us have heard of this stone? Is there like a history check or anything that we could roll?
Yeah, I think people asked about that before, and I think I said that
Yeah.
time like I wasn't even going to call for a history check. I think it's obscure enough that not even a check would help. So yeah, no one's
Okay.
heard of it.
Yeah. Do I know, just having lived here for the last decade, would I happen to know somebody who might know of weird artifacts that we could talk to or anything like that?
First off, roll either an investigation or a history check. This will be just like what kind of your
Investigation or history, they're
contact
both the
might
same.
be.
Well, there was this crazy mage we ran into who sold all purple items.
Is the Stone of Galore purple?
18.
Probably not.
It's like somebody might like that exist in Waterdeep, dealing with artifacts and might have some more information on it. I with an 18, I would say there's a possibility of you knowing somebody. If I knew something off the top of my head, I don't know, but or like who that person is, but like if that's a line of inquiry, like trying to talk to artifact dealers or anything like that, it could be a possibility.
How time sensitive is this decision? Do we have some time to do a little bit of investigation and try to find out some more information about this stone?
Cora looks over to Yagra, glaring at us. Not a whole lot of time.
Well, what happens when that timer dings?
I suppose Yagra will search for other means of kidnapping the Lord if we don't help her.
Hey, my best guess, just guessing here. Yagra knows that she's basically erasing some of the others in Taram to get him. And if we tell her we're not in it, then she's just gonna find another group, and it's a race between them, the Xanathar's Guild, and probably the Lord's Alliance. Lord's Alliance looking to basically put him into protective custody.
Well, we could
The other two.
I was just gonna say that could be half of the plan. Is while we do a little investigation, we just we don't kidnap them. We just keep them protected.
Yagra did mention, I asked her why they are still pursuing the Lord even after he didn't know anything, and she said that the Zentarum have magical ways of getting someone to talk.
So, have they tried using those magical means instead of trying to beat it out of them?
It doesn't seem like it. But
So why don't we try to make that happen?
we would need to convince Yaga that instead of turning in the Lord to the Zentarum, it would be more beneficial to get information proving that he doesn't know anything.
Because she's the only person in that whole organization?
No. She's the one who's acting independently. But my thoughts are she doesn't exactly care if the information is true or not. I think she just wants to turn him in.
So why don't we go have a talk with the Zentarum?
We
And
don't exactly know where their headquarters are.
my guess is there's probably a way that we could draw their attention.
I think when we were in the sewer, um didn't she like peel off in a different direction in the sewer? She
Did
said she
She
had to do
was
something else.
she
she was
took?
already injured from the fight beforehand in the when she got ambushed by some of the Xanathar's guys,
Yeah.
and she was just it's hanging back a little bit because A, we wanted XP and didn't want to share it with her, and B, injury, RP reason.
Yeah. I was just thinking like maybe when we went forward after we rescued the Floon, and she went down a different part of the sewer.
Yeah, she essentially continued into the sewers complex.
So maybe there's the way to get there.
That's what I was thinking. But that's the Zentarum. They're very good at remaining hidden.
I'm not saying we need to take the kidnapping or even the murder. You know, sometimes murder can be fun. But I'm not saying we need to take that off the table. I'm just saying maybe we should pursue this other option first.
Hmm. So we veto Yagra, and we veto kidnapping the Lord. We already know that the Zentarum and the Xanathar's Guild are looking for the stone. What if the Zentarum hired us and paid us to gather information about it? Wouldn't exactly make Yagra happy, but I don't exactly care about that.
But that would protect us from her. That would also stop that current process. Of course, we could also talk to them about the possibility um, of asking him, uh, using their magical means to get the truth out of him instead of more forceful methods.
Hmm.
He may even volunteer for such a experiment in order to keep from having to be worried about being roughhoused again.
Hmm. And it would keep us out of the negative effects of the Lords of Alliance.
I think it's worth a shot. Again, if it doesn't work, all right, then we go to plan B or C, which might be a little bit more dangerous, but more effective.
Perhaps we can persuade Yagra into bringing us to the Zentarum.
I doubt that. Like I said earlier, us not knowing who her benefactors are is job security for her. If we can do everything she can, but presumably at a lower cost, then what the reason do they have to keep working with her?
And she's just part of the guild. She'll have other duties. She'll just move on. We can offer our services, which means they don't have to get any of the information. We have our own sources of information and can go as far as we would like to help them on their behalf. We could probably intimidate Yagra and bring us to meet the her benefactors. I certainly could.
Oh, I do have I have a spell I could possibly use on her, but it could fail.
I have lots of spells I could use on her.
Yeah, that's true. I have suggestion.
So do I.
Okay.
Have plus
from
4
you.
intimidation.
Yeah. It could help like persuade her to lead us to the Zentarum.
Always remember my rules for spellcasting.
What's that?
That she can't just be like, I cast suggestion in front of Yagra. Like, there'll have to be checks or something involved with creativity for people not to know she's casting a spell.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Or we'd have to like, get her somewhere else.
Yeah, which we could do that too.
All right. So, what are the plans? Do we try to persuade Yagra into showing us what the Zentarum are, or do we try to find it on our own?
I think we should try to find it on our own, because if she's not copacetic, then she would probably be outright against us and trying to stop us from doing that. I think we should try for ourselves first. That's just me.
What if she took part of the responsibility? If we did help the Zentarum, she could claim that she's the one who found us and brought us in.
That doesn't sound bad.
She is in pursuit of. I guess what exactly is she like? Just like rank, I guess.
Clout. Yeah.
Clout.
Yeah. I mean,
I didn't
honestly,
want to say
like,
clout, but yeah.
essentially,
Yeah.
her own renown in a
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
Good graces,
I
brownie
mean,
points, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah. If she was the one who recruited us, that could bring her, a good ways into this Zentarum, or at least make her look good.
Yeah,
I
don't think she'll go for it
I was
because
just gonna say, I agree with Mr. Graff. I don't think that she's gonna fall for that. She wants all the glory to herself. She doesn't want to share it with anybody.
After all, how impressive would it be for a hunter to walk in with his kill, and it's, a right proper beast, and he got it all by himself, versus a hunter walking in with a gang of 5 quote-unquote hunting apprentices walking in, saying that the group got the kill.
Again, let's not let one individual stand between us and making enemies of multiple massive factions. This individual isn't even a friend.
If we're really after it, if we're really after the Zentarum idea, then my idea echoes that our new friend Ash has brought up. I believe he was the first. Honestly, I'm getting a little tired, so I'm losing it. We could do some research, try and find another quote-unquote independent Zentarum, or someone higher up, and with some grease in the palms, some good contacts, see if we can arrange a meeting in a way that's amenable to both parties. After all, if we can walk to Renar's home and say, all right, we just need you to answer some questions, because otherwise these guys will want to kidnap you, then hopefully we can get everything we need.
It's a better plan. One that I can agree to.
I second the motion. All in favor?
Yeah, and I could agree to that. Even as opposed to setting up the meeting, we could just say we'll handle it. We'll get the info on your behalf and either just relay and pursue the stuff for more gold. Yep.
Either
Any
way, we're going to
opposed?
have to ask him some questions. So it's all right if we do that. Just you're not going to change your mind halfway and kidnap him when we turn around, are you?
All eyes on Graf.
Let's just say I hope for all of our sakes that it doesn't come to that.
Well, let's hope it doesn't. So what do we say to Yagra?
I think the more important question is what will you say to Yagra? After all, I got some research to do, so. Graf waits for
Roll
Yagra to look
sneak
away and just straight up bolts for the door.
God damn it.
Roll a stealth check. If you're trying to sneak away without her noticing, because she is interested in what you guys are doing.
23.
Sneak out the door.
Cora kind of gets a little nervous when Graf goes off on his own. You don't think he would go to kidnap the Lord? Maybe one of you should follow him.
Any volunteers?
I could probably keep my eye on him.
Alright. I will go break the news to Yagra.
Would you like a little company?
Sure, if a fight breaks out, I'm sure I can heal you as well.
Hillshire, you are going to try and track Graf?
Uh-huh.
Okay. You'll have to. All right, just go give me a fresh one stealth check here, Graf, and then Hillshire, go ahead and roll a perception check.
Got a 21 on stealth.
Yeah. All right. For the benefit of the doubt here, Graf, you do, as you're like kind of sneaking out, you do turn to see if anybody's following you. Hillshire, are you trying to move stealthily yourself?
Yes.
All right, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
I mean, not for like the benefit of Yagra, but more so Graf.
Yeah. Graf, roll a perception check, and Hillshire, roll a stealth check.
18 perception for me.
Damn. Graf, you turn around.
Yeah, 17.
Oh, you have advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you turn around and you do see Hillshire in the streets behind you, kind of looking around. Do you want to do anything with that information?
Just lose him.
Okay. I'm not going to turn it into to a whole thing here. Your stealth roll from before was good, and you slip off into the streets. Hillshire, you spend a few minutes outside, and you know it's a whole city. If you don't have like a beat on them right now, it's like it's going to be almost impossible to try and find them.
Hmm.
I mean, that's my opinion.
I also don't want to.
Yeah.
Right. It's just I don't want to immediately go back in and be like, well, I lost.
So totally. Yeah.
So
Spend some time out
he's
there.
he's gonna spend like an hour or so out there and be like, I followed him all over the place.
As you guys are doing your thing, Hillshire's like going to
And then he
stands,
lost
like,
me. Yeah.
oh, candy apple. Oh, don't mind if I do. Ooh, meat pie. You're in a park, just eating, having a good time, relaxing.
Right. It's like, well, I might as well take a walk.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like Zaba, Ash, and Cora are going to be talking with Yagra.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys get her
Not exactly.
attention. She comes over to your table.
Oh, okay. We're gonna go over there.
What is the rest of you, and who is this?
This is our new member of the Strangers of Danger, Ash.
Pleasure to meet you.
My name's Yagra. Pleasure.
Hmm.
You guys have come to a decision then?
Yes. After much discussion and somewhat argument, unfortunately we are going to have to decline your offer. There's too much risk.
I'm disappointed. But to you are adventurers. You do what you gotta do. Sure,
We're
there's no...
thinking of alternatives.
What do you mean alternatives?
We could seek this stone on your behalf.
You want to seek information on my behalf?
I mean, we could go as far as you would want us in pursuit of this stone, all the way up to handing it to you and or your superior. You could merely be a messenger to your superiors if you don't wish for us to meet them.
I'm already asking you to be pursuers of information for me. That's why I need Renar.
The problem that we have with that is we don't want to re-kidnap someone that we just freed, putting ourselves in a bad position with the Lords of Alliance, especially us being such public figures now.
What I will tell you is we're very likely, swiftly about to be in the hands of the Lord's Alliance. And if we pay them a visit, we can spend our entire time there investigating information on this stone and likely find out that information.
Are you telling me you think Renar Neverember is a member of the Lord's Alliance?
We know he isn't a member, but he has standing. He's a noble.
Yeah. I wouldn't assume these things. Nobles have all
Just
sorts
like
of
you
allegiances.
assume- Just like you assume he knows information about the stone.
I don't
even
know
after
if he
you
knows
beat him out of it.
information about the stone. I need to make
But you wish to
sure
find out.
he doesn't. Yes, you're right. I need to make sure he doesn't.
How exactly are you planning on doing that?
Zentarum have all methods for making sure someone's speaking the truth.
By magical means. Could you do it now?
Cannot do it now. But
Well,
now to get
what are the means?
Cora and Zaba, how about you both give me a persuasion check? Rather than one person getting advantage. Both of you give me a persuasion check. Nah, 20 and an 18.
Damn.
Ooh, look at that.
Get it.
We have elixirs. Not much of it, but we have that and some of our priests. But clerics are usually a bit busy with their work. And I wouldn't want to bring anybody else into this. So I would use one of the elixirs of truth.
Is it possible for you to get one of these elixirs? If we can convince the Lord to use it, would that satisfy you and refrain from us having to kidnap him?
If you can give me a meeting with this Renar, we can give him the elixir. That's all I ask.
And when you say we, do you mean other members of the Zentarum or just
No.
you?
Just me.
Do you promise?
Yes.
And we could be present for this little experiment.
Sounds like you're all getting a bit protective of this lord, it seems. If you can
Well,
convince him to take the elixir, I'm all
We've already saved his life. We've gained his trust.
If
and
we
I
were
aim
to bring
keep
him
it
to
that
you,
way.
exactly. If we were to bring him to you, and then you were to molest him in some way, it would look poorly on us, wouldn't it? Like we'd set him up.
We wish to be welcomed at the hands of the Lord's Alliance.
And the nobles.
Yeah.
As much as I appreciate your efficiency in the work you did for me in the sewers, I understand if you want to keep a little distance before you make commitments. If you can be there if it makes you feel more comfortable. But how do I know you're not trying to set me up? What assurances do I have that you're not trying to spring this on me?
What would we gain?
We would simply make an enemy of you and your friends.
Cora and Ash, go ahead and give me persuasion checks. I love that you guys actually, I don't know if you guys did this intentionally, but the 3 charisma characters are all at the...
I know.
Smart.
Oh,
Smart.
Somebody else do that. She hates me.
Ash, persuasion check.
I did.
Oh, I'm sorry. It didn't pop up the way the other one did, so I didn't notice it. It's all good. 17. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know why some people show up one way and others show up a different way.
This is silly, and it's really not that important. Have you overridden your character sheet in here? It's really not a big deal, but if you want to see like your token and stuff in there, what you probably need to do is go to your browser, copy the link, and you have to override it with, I think, the import command.
So it's at like asterisk, or I'm sorry, exclamation port, import, and then
space, and then the URL of the sheet itself. Yeah. There.
Oh my god, look at all the stats. I'm just kidding.
There's his backstory. Funny enough, he does put his backstory in his sheet. That'd be really funny.
That's really funny.
I'm secretly a god of something in here, and I've murdered everyone I know in my life, and I'm going to murder these people and take over the Troll Skull Manor. Pulling us back into it, though. You would have had an opportunity to...
Okay, cool. That was just a test.
Very good. Just know, if the Lord's Alliance ever offers you a job against us, or any other faction for that matter, my people will meet it and beat it. Whatever it is they're trying to offer to you. Plus, I think you all understand the folly of making the Zentarum your enemy. It'll probably take me some time, but I could get you this elixir. And then, well, I'll get the elixir. And then if you can arrange this meeting with this Renar, we'll bring it. We can have a little chat with him. We can find out what he truly knows. I think you all deserve that if you're putting your necks out for his reputation too. How do you know he was even telling you the truth?
If he's lying, then we don't really have a whole lot of use for him either now, do we? And at that point, if you find out that he's lying and he does have the information that you want, as far as I'm concerned, you can have him.
She kind of smiles at that. All right. I can agree to this. Though me providing an elixir of truth, it's not going to be easy. I think we should agree to our original terms of 400 gold if we're going to be doing this together, and I'm going to put myself into the trust of you that you're not springing this trap on me.
Would you be satisfied with a paladin's vow that this is not a trap?
What god do you worship?
No god, just myself.
A vow on yourself. Go and roll a persuasion check. Or an intimidation check. I don't know
Ooh. No, they're both the same.
Or his body is a temple.
Right.
Oh man, I'm gonna use my inspiration on that. Come on, Cora. Not that great.
11. As much I'm sure that you hold value in your own vows, I've seen vows broken. If you agree to 400 gold, as the original terms were, since I'm putting myself more at risk, I don't need a vow.
400 gold then. How much time do you need?
I'm not sure. Shouldn't be more than a 10-day. Hopefully I can get it in the next few days.
How will you contact us to let us know?
I think I have a way to reach out to you all now. If I have an address. I don't know if she knows about Troll Skull, to be honest. Like, I don't remember. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
think she does. Because she really hasn't pried into, like, your guys' business that you've had with Volo, right? She doesn't even know that you've agreed to anything with him and gotten rewards.
Yeah.
There's an address. You can make sure it finds you. Actually, let me check something real quick. Hold. Hold music. Can I get some spoon hold music, please? Here, please. Actually, yeah. She doesn't need an address. I can reach out to you when I'm ready. I'll arrange a meeting.
All right. Sounds like we have a plan then.
She kind of like looks around the room and she kind of reaches down into like a pouch or whatever, and she like pulls out 2 little scrolls of paper and slides it across to you, Cor, since you've been kind of doing a lot of the talking. These are called paper burns. They're magical. If you write on it my name, and then write a message to me, it'll find me. Speak my name. Sorry, something funny is happening behind scenes. And speak my name, the information of the meeting, and it'll find me wherever I am. Here's 2.
Or just nods.
So you have 2 what's called paper birds.
Paper birds. Cora crumples it in her hand. I'm just kidding.
It's magical paper. I don't think you can just destroy it, so you can just crumple it up though.
I'm gonna unfold it. Unfold the origami.
Yeah, so you can put that in your inventory, Cora, but it is an actual item though, so you should be able to search for it. And you guys can see what it exactly does a lot. Yeah, they're really cool little items. And they specifically came out for this adventure too. So that's great.
Paper bird. One of them.
2 of them.
2. Okay. Sweet. Added.
Hopefully we'll have it before the high harvest tide, but I doubt it.
When is the high harvest tide?
Let me look at my thing to make sure I say it correct. This is the first campaign I've really ever had like an actual calendar for. And 2 days. It's currently the 29th of Eliant, the fading. And after the 30th, it'll be high harvest tide.
2 days time.
2 days. She said essentially like she would like to get it done before then, but doubtful, just as a parameter, so that, you know.
Okay.
She no more than a 10-day, a week, or maybe a couple days if I'm lucky. I don't think an inside check, you know, she's doing so much independent operations now. It sounds like it's not going to be as simple as her just going and like checking out an elixir of truth, right? So she's going to have to secure it, whatever it is she's going to do.
Okay. Then we wait for your word.
She reaches over to shake your hand, Cora.
Cora would shake it.
Welcome to their group, Ash. Careful around them now.
I'm very happy to be here. Well, I'm always careful, but I appreciate your concern for my safety.
Gets up with a little bit of a smile and a little bit of a happier walk and walks away from the party.
Two days' time. That gives us enough time to try to find more information on the stone. Independently.
I'm going to say this above table. I'm going to roll a d4 to see how many days it takes her. And I'm not going to tell you, but I just want you to know, like, that's what I'm doing. I'll be kind of curious.
Excuse me.
Okay.
Calling it, it's a 3.
I think it's a 1.
2.5.
Taking bets now. Who's got 5 gold on 1 day? Got to go down 2, not going on 3. There, remember your bets, everybody, and we'll find out in a couple days or a day, maybe, or 4 days, or or maybe I rolled a d6.
Cor kind of stands up. We need to speak to Renar, and we also need to find Graf. Hillshire's been missing for quite a long time. I'm sure he is in intense pursuit.
What is that? What are you doing,
It's like-
Hillshire?
He's probably like 10 feet away from the door, around the corner, just kicking rocks or something.
Roll a perception check.
Who?
Hillshire.
Oh, Hillshire.
You find whatever it is
Oh,
that Graf did in the in the alleyway.
That ain't rocks you're kicking.
Oddly enough, though, I'm
It's like,
just
"Oh, damn it.
I'm not saying this is what it's really like, but I like to imagine if Graf really did shit in the alleyway. He eats so much acorns, right? His Goodberry acorns. It's like almost like corns, like little pellets. It's like little rabbit pellets in the out
Like
there.
a rabbit poop.
Yeah.
Rabbit. It's canon.
Love it.
Okay.
Uh,
Graf, I kind of don't want to do that in the secret room so they know what you're trying to do here in this next moment because I think it's funny. Is that okay? Are you here, Graf? Is that okay? Because I think it's just funny.
Yeah.
It's not a
I'm
huge
so
big deal.
scared. As soon as I saw him like sneak away, I'm like, God damn it! I have such a bad feeling.
Go ahead and roll an investigation, Graf.
All right. That's
15.
15.
Okay. I'll steer you a little bit here if you're okay with this. You have an idea. And it's like, can you? What else was in that warehouse, right? Yes, there's probably guards, but above table. Hillshire, did you get weird paper when you were in the warehouse? In that room? I don't remember. I don't think you grabbed. I think you just grabbed all the metal, right?
Silver. Yeah, I just grabbed a lot of silver.
Okay.
I think there was just paintings in there and a gun.
Okay.
I don't
okay.
remember any paper.
Okay. So Graf, maybe that's one of your first leads is maybe trying to poke around in that space. So what I'll do is I'll say this: roll a stealth check, and this is not whether you're going to get caught or not, but it is an active investigation. This is you feeling the space. So you roll a nat 20. You make it into the warehouse, easy peasy. Even though there is 2 guards still posted, you can tell they've been going through the boxes. You have a bit of, with a nat 20, essentially, you have a little bit of a free for all in the warehouse of a former, hideout of people who were moving illegal goods around. You find 2 boxes of paper birds. Graf went to go find paper birds, and then he's been on a hunt for them. And it was just so fun. He left, and then Yager was like, "Here's some paper birds," essentially. So Riley
How
was
many
saying, paper
birds are in? Oh wait, no, yeah.
I think
2
it says-
because paper birds are, yeah.
So you definitely find 2 boxes. And it's 2d6 essentially plus 6. So you will have 13 paper birds currently for freezies. But you also know there was a secret room. And in my brain, if you guys had a chance to investigate in there more, that's where you're going to find the paper birds. But they're big items, but there are a couple nice paintings and stuff. Like you find out that they never found the door because Hillshire kicked it closed behind. So you're able to get in there and take some of the, if you want, I think you can take at least 2 of the art pieces. Bag of Hold'em's looking real good right now.
I'm trying to add the paper birds real quick.
Yeah, no worries. Let me find out how much those things. Also, go ahead and roll your stealth check to kidnap Renar, and then roll a strength checks to torture him. And...
Graf comes back. He has the stone of galore. It's in his back pocket. He's had it the whole friggin' time.
Yeah. Corson's a paper bird Graf. Where the fuck are you?
1 second. brain's going 3 different directions. Here we go. Oh yeah, it's very specific what the paintings are. They depict cities of the Sword Coast: Luskan, Neverwinter, Silvery Moon, and Baldur's Gate. With what like you being your size and strength and stuff, I think you could be able to find or be able to take out at least 2 of them. So you have 2 fine paintings out of that space and 2, or essentially 13 paper birds.
Alright, let me add a custom item for...
We should be able to do paper birds as an item. Oh wait, you're doing the paintings. Okay. Hillshire, I like to imagine you're kicking. You're like, maybe I should go back and steal that shit that's in the warehouse. In that moment. All right.
Cities of the Forgotten Realms.
Yeah, Sword Coast cities. Yeah. Let's just for simplicity, because we all kind of know what these are. You have a painting of Neverwinter and a painting of Baldur's Gate. They're like wrapped in leather, so they're like protected.
Nice. All right, so I've got 2 paintings, 2 fine paintings, 13 paper birds, which for some reason are an equipable item, and they do not stack. So I have 13 separate lines in my inventory that say paper bird.
You can't even give it a quantity?
Nope.
Uh-huh.
Quantity field is blank, and
you do what you want with it. If you wanted to, you could do a just a custom item, because it's not. I don't think it's too important having like the full details. We kind of generally know what it does and look it up. But you do you. Whatever works for your inventory.
I'll do a custom item for the box of paper birds.
Yeah, and then you should be able to do quantity with that.
So I'll delete all of them except for the one that I'm using for reference.
Sounds smart. Okay, yeah, because so that's going to take you a while to do, right? Because you have to go down to the docks, and as we know, it takes like an hour to kind of traverse the city at all in any way. But you kind of go on a mission.
Yeah, I imagine that's
out.
probably pretty much the whole night.
Yeah, I think if I remember correctly, you met her essentially at like dusk, like later in the day, in the evening. So the conversation with Ragnar wasn't very long. So Hillshire, like if it's I'd say like generously, it's been 10 minutes, 15, 20 minutes. Is you're okay still being like outside waiting for them? If they even poke their heads out there. Do you want to walk in, Hillshire?
Probably at about 20 minutes, I'll go back in.
Yeah, cool. All right, you come back inside.
And he's just gonna sit down, kind of unnoticed, while everybody else is having a conversation, and just try to not draw attention to him re-entering.
Roll a stealth check. This one, I'm just gonna say you just roll a DC 15 or like beat the 15 thing, since they're like.
Oh.
Man, this cloak is a ripoff.
You don't have a better modifier for stealth, do you? Because you accidentally clicked sleight of hand. I'm assuming it's probably the same.
Oh, well, they're the same modifier.
Yeah. So you kind of walk in, and unfortunately, like you don't make a big scene, but and they maybe not make a big deal out of it. But they just do kind of corner their eyes, note you come in and sit down.
Ah, Hillshire. Did you find Graf?
No. No, I lost him.
Oh. Well, hopefully he isn't into too much trouble. We made a bargain with Yagra while you were gone. One that doesn't involve kidnapping. We agreed that we would talk to Renar and try to set up a meeting, and she would bring a serum for him to drink.
Elixir of truth.
So, we need to speak to Renar and see if he agrees to this meeting. She said it may take her a few days, so that gives us time to investigate on our own.
Well, how long do we have?
She said
She
she
was
would take her a
hoping-
while to get the elixir, so I think she's on more of a time crunch than we are. We just need to go talk to the man.
She was hoping to get all of this done within 2 days, but she wasn't confident in that. So who knows?
How do we know the elixir she gives us is an elixir of truth?
I did think about that. I suppose I could try it before we give it to Renar. Make sure it's not poison.
If we have it ahead of time, we could certainly determine if it is what it's supposed to be.
But we don't know where she's getting it from or who she's getting it from. And if her true goal, if she really wants Renar, I don't think she would poison him. She needs answers from him. I don't think she's lying, but I'm not the best judge of character. Regardless, we need to speak to Renar, and we also need to find Graf. And sorry, what time of day is it? Kind of late.
It's not late. It's I'd say it's like evening, like dusk is just settled, twilight's coming in. So like what we'd call 7 p.m. ish. Let's say seventh evening bell. That's kind of how I say it.
Or, 5 o'clock in Florida right now.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Should we show Ash the Troll Skull Manor?
Is this the establishment?
What'd you say?
This is the establishment that
Oh, yes. The one that we are working on, the shack mentioned earlier.
Oh, well then, certainly I think we should go check that out. Can we get word to this Rainier tonight, or should we just wait till tomorrow?
We can possibly bring word that we're coming and then have a meeting tomorrow.
That may be wise.
As much as fun, magical paper birds are, there also are practical messaging, linear services, and mail.
I don't want to use
Yeah.
the paper
Yeah,
birds.
just as a FYI, or like simple messaging services.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we know where he lives, I mean, it's early evening.
Yeah,
It's not like
we
there's no
were.
reason
Yeah,
couldn't
we could
go
also
there.
just like stop by and like tell the guards to pass along a message or
Yeah.
something.
We'd like to speak with you sometime tomorrow. Our schedule is currently open. You could find us at the Troll Skull Manor, something along those lines.
Yeah, that works.
Is it real far out of the way for us to go by there on our way to Troll Skull, or?
It's like essentially anything out of the district is going to be out of the way. And if I remember correctly, Renar is in the castle ward. So it's not as far as the dock ward, but it's still, but it's also could be the whole like, I end up the market anyways for some last minute supplies. I need to get some food. So we're going to be in the area. So might as well just pop in, grab some supplies and head back to Troll Skull.
Yeah, sounds reasonable.
So in like an hour or two of just meandering the streets and making it to the castle ward. And he had like one guard, and even he is like, you're like, as a seasoned adventurers, as you get closer to his house, he wasn't there the day before, but like the person he's able to hire right now is just like a little older elderly guy. You can tell like maybe he looks like he could be tough. Like he's got like that leather, he's seen a lot of sun and stuff, but a little older guard. Can I help you?
Oh, you're the protection?
Yeah, I'm the protection of the Lord. Never. What can I do for you?
Oh, could you get us get a message to the Lord for us, please?
In this message?
The message is that does he know? Does out of character? Does he know us as the strangers of danger?
I don't remember. That's Nate talking.
Does anybody remember? I feel like it was,
I think you mentioned Strangers of Danger at some point in the RP.
I think Volo did in front of him. That it did wasn't he
Well,
there
funny
when he
enough,
first kind of gave us that name?
Renar and Volo
Renar.
you haven't seen the two of them in the same room together, quote unquote.
Oh, we haven't. We
No.
haven't. Okay.
I think with Floon, maybe, but I don't remember.
Oh, Floon. That's who it was. That's who
Yeah.
it was. All right.
It's up to you guys. You can
The-
say yeah, you have or you have not, and I'm fine with whatever decision because there's a lot of stuff we
Well,
just kind of brushed over.
We could
too.
easily just say the group of people who, saved you or whatever, rescued you. Would like to speak with you about a very urgent matter. We're available all day tomorrow. You can find us at Troll Skull Manor.
Say that one more time, son. You're talking a little low.
The group of heroes who rescued the Lord would like to speak with him about an urgent matter. We will be available tomorrow at Troll Skull Manor.
Why are you talking slow, son? You just had to give me the information nice and easy. I'm not stupid. Tomorrow.
Of course.
I'll pass it on. Anything else?
Please be watchful and protect your proprietor, please.
He pats the hilt of his halberd. Staff. He's well protected. He won't be kidnapped again by no ruffian, sir. While I'm around.
Oof. As we walk away, I'll be like, stiff wind might be able to get you knocked over. I don't know.
I heard that. I'm just kidding. All right, you guys make it back to Troll Skull with a little request to meet with him the next day. I'm fine with you guys kind of getting Graph you showing back up close to them too, because you might have been a little bit more direct with your approach and back, and they might have meandered a little bit, grabbed some food and stuff for the night. But the four of you, as you get back to Troll Skull Alley and the manor, you would all notice right away, like, it doesn't matter who, there's a letter or like an envelope in the door as you approach.
Where's this
There's already.
where's this place?
Here. She
Wait.
gestures to the.
This place here is what I'm a full partner in?
Yes.
Oh dear Lord.
It's nicer on the inside. No, that's a lie. It will be nicer soon.
Well, maybe in the light of day I'll see a little bit of potential in it. It's a bit dark right now and dreary, but so I will postpone my judgment until morning. Looks like somebody left you some mail. Were you expecting something?
No. But yeah, Corey grabs it and she turns it over. Is there a seal or is it signed by anyone?
It's not signed. It wasn't delivered. It seems like by any sort of official post service. It's not even addressed to anybody on the outside. Seems gonna be folded and.
Yeah, she'll open it.
It's a letter.
You're being evicted.
You have outstanding debts of 1,000 gold underneath the former accrued by the.
Yeah. That'd be so funny.
Welcome to the neighborhood. I thought you all should know the block will be celebrating High Harvest Tide with food, music, and maybe a few games. I didn't want to catch you all unawares. Everyone is chipping in with food and drink as best we can, though no one expects contributions for you all. We'd love for you all to join, though. We will begin setting up third evening bell festivities starting around 6 evening bell. Don't be a stranger at the shop if you have any questions or need some herbal remedies. Your neighbor, Vala. P.S. I'm the one that runs Corlon's Crown. we met.
Oh, Corlon's crown. Okay.
Good. We can.
Yeah, the herbal, alchemical shop.
Okay.
Potions.
Okay.
We got
Gotcha.
invited to a block party.
For everyone in Waterdeep, you all would know that if you spent even a year here, a High Harvest Tide would be. It's kind of like a Thanksgiving vibe. Neighborhoodly. It's like everyone obviously like not everyone celebrates the same ways. Maybe out of towners don't celebrate it, but the tradition is kind of like a neighborhood gathering of sharing of food, a community evening, and sometimes even the districts themselves to do something a little bit more major. But it's Thanksgiving vibe. Give thanks as fall is settling in, harvest is coming to an end, winter is on its way. So celebrating the hopeful bounty and just preparing for the coolness of winter not long down the road. So you're pretty much being invited by her to like, it's happening if you want to participate.
And this is just the Troll Skull neighborhood.
Yeah,
Troll
in
Skull
this,
Alley.
yeah, the block essentially.
The third evening bell. When would that be? Like
Three-
starting to set up.
3 p.m. is when they are going to be like setting up tables, perhaps, and
okay.
whatnot.
Gotcha. And then 6. Okay.
And then 6 is when festivities kick off.
Okay.
I hope there'll be a stage.
This
It
would
does
be a
say
good
music in there.
opportunity.
Question.
Mm-hmm.
Is there access to the attic from like a window or some such?
To the attic, you would have to do like an athletics check or acrobatics to climb to try and get up there. Well, I guess you guys investigated. I'm
What
thinking
about jumping?
from inside.
Like with the jump spell?
No, yeah, I'm more thinking of what you already know, right? Because you all investigated. I know you were interested in like the high level or the higher stuff. I'm starting to try and look at the map that we're on right now. I'm like, that's not the right one. Let's see what the attic storage shows on the map. Unfortunately, there is not one.
Okay. What about to the tower?
There are windows in the turret. Yeah, I'll bring
Buddha
you
was
over.
going to
Alright.
build you a little bridge from the tower to the attic, but yeah, Buddha's gone.
There he goes with his promises.
What a dick.
Yeah. Attic doesn't have a single window.
And remember, the turret technically connects to Zaba's room on the 3rd floor. Not saying you
Oh,
can't go
no.
through there,
No,
but
you
the
can't
map's
do
there for you.
your- You can't do your sneaky little stuff with no windows.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to make a window.
Well, given that he's gonna pay for renovating his room quite substantially.
Yeah. Oh god.
So how do you get back in, Graf?
Oh, he's just gonna jump up into the turret and climb down from there.
Okay.
Like, climb.
So you're going to try to go through the turret tower and then through and try and what's your goal? Make it to the attic without being seen? Do you care? You're just trying to make an entrance?
He's just trying to get to his room. He doesn't care if anybody else notices that he's here.
It's more or less that you're going through Zaba's room, right? And we're playing Liz with time here. So just go ahead and roll a stealth check. And this will like determine if Zaba was in the room or not when you like come through.
Real quick, I was told that we had a heroic inspiration from our new bard.
You do. I think it was you and
I
Cora.
gave one to Graf and one to Cora, correct?
Yes,
Oh my god.
I'm using it.
Excellent.
All right, I added a 0 to the end of that too.
Excellent. You're able to slip through Zaba's quote unquote room without Zaba currently in there. And then with a nat 20, you make it up to your attic.
This
All
graph
right.
would
All
be
right.
easy.
So we haven't seen Graf yet.
Nope.
Okay.
He probably got above table. He probably got there like 30, 40 minutes after you all. Not too long after.
Yeah, Cora would have shown Ash, I guess Uda Otto's old room. If you want a different room, we can arrange that.
What is this place? There's a blanket on the floor, and is that a punch-in bag? What is going on in here? I think I need a little bit more space in this. I can't even fit my costumes in here.
Your costumes.
My
Um,
costumes. Well, I have to
would-
have different costumes for different performances. I'm not going to wear the same thing down in the dock ward that I'm going to wear in the Lord's Manor now, am I?
I would be happy to
Sheesh.
give you my bedroom. I don't need that much space.
Well, we could share. No, he wouldn't say that.
She's
Is
like, share bedrooms.
is there a maybe another space that's unused currently?
The den.
That's this space over here, eh? Oh, there's plenty of room, lots of windows. Oh, and a balcony. The other room had a balcony too, but much smaller. I kind of like this. I could even perform in evenings to draw in crowds out here on this balcony.
Ash.
Yeah, I think I like this space. This will suit me just fine.
Plenty of room for your costumes.
Well, and plenty of room for, you know, guests as well.
Right.
Should I want to entertain?
And who is
Well-
this? As the ghost kind of like appears out of the space. The
I don't think Cora's actually interacted with the ghost. I just heard about.
oh yeah, you had like you would have quote unquote
Okay.
interacted with him.
Okay.
Him.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Very
image is
feminine
very
looking
little.
ghost.
You would know, Cora, that his name is Leaf, the former
Leaf.
elvish owner, who's now like a poltergeist specter, kind
That's
of
right.
bound to his old head.
V, leaf
That's right.
of something.
And
There was a V in there.
who are you?
Well, good evening, sir. My name's Ash. Who are you?
I'm the
My
owner of this
ancient friend.
building. My name is Leaf.
Well, if you're the owner, how can I be part owner too?
It's complicated. Looks at you, Cora. He's now being signed on to the deed.
Yes. Uda Ada unfortunately had other arrangements. He needed to return to his village. Ash here is his replacement.
Uda Ada left?
Yes.
His name was Uda Ada?
Yes.
That sounds more like an a cappella accompaniment noise than a name.
Do not speak ill of Uda Ada. He's the one who created a good impression for you all. I would tread carefully. Ash.
I'll walk across the room very gently, like this.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion check to make a joke. No, but I'd say what Uda Ada like was doing, just like being respectful to the place, and it really did a good impression on Leaf.
Yeah.
I hope
Eh.
you're not planning on doing a comedy night. And Leaf just tries to have the
Looks
last
away.
word. Yeah.
Kind of hard to get the last word with that fella, huh?
Leaf has been a good companion for Skulltroll Manor. It would be best not to aggravate him.
I'll try not to aggravate him, but if he's easily aggravatable, I'm told that I'm not really quite the cure for that affliction.
Try less jokes. Start there.
I'm not very good at them anyway, so I guess I can back off a little bit.
I can see that. Anyway, I will leave you to your den.
Thank you. This needs to be cleaned up a bit here, so I at least got to find a place to sleep if I'm expected to sleep here tonight. So
Yeah, Cora just kind of shrugs. Like, yep, good luck.
Bye.
I'm gonna make a place to sleep and clean out the fireplace in case it gets cold tonight.
All right. So it is evening time. What is anybody have anything they would like to do before maybe a transitioning to the next day?
I'd
Graph-
like to go
Oh, go
to
ahead.
the
Zappa.
turret
Mhm.
and like actually like just listen and look out at the city above the rooftops and listen.
Trying to think if there's anything for you to work on a perception check for. But actually, go ahead and roll a perception check and then hold on to it. Because we know Graf's going to do something sketchy. So just go ahead and do your perception check now.
Waiting for it to happen.
Graf, what are you doing? Do you make yourself known to your companion?
How long has it been since Graf has gotten inside?
Time's a mush right now, but I'd say like an hour, 2 hours.
Okay. Yeah. Graf is just gonna walk into the main tavern area.
Okay.
He ain't gonna hide anything. He's just like, yeah, do.
Okay, the weird thing, always remember too, guys, the door or the access to the upstairs is technically outside, right? It's on the back end of the
Yeah.
building. So
Mm.
remember to like you can always besides sneaking in through windows, there's always a good chance you can just walk in through the back if everyone's in the main area and no one would know.
Yeah, makes sense.
Cool.
Cora would have stepped out for the night,
Mhm.
and she would have made the long journey to her parents' house.
And how many people are you going to try and suck the blood out of tonight? Oh, I mean, oh shoot. Sorry.
At least 12.
Okay. All right. You leave and
Leaf.
you leave like bye. It's a long journey, but you know that now, so it's like it's getting closer to like maybe like 1 o'clock in the morning by the time you make it to the trade ward and to your parents' home. But you're down there and you're on the block staring at it.
Okay.
I say this with love. It's ratty, downtrodden, sad decor and scraping paint and ratty curtains, which now seem to be closed when before you could have maybe peeked in and seen them in their dwindling candlelight, but now they seem to be having the curtains drawn.
Mm. She'll go and leave 50 gold on their doorstep.
Roll a stealth check.
I know. God, this is the worst part. Oof. 10.
Okay.
Oh, no. Wait. Yeah, 10. Sorry.
Okay. Because are you in heavy armor? It's not a
Yeah.
disadvantage for you, right?
No, I'm totally in. No, it's disadvantage, yeah.
Oh, you did roll twice, didn't you? And it was
Yeah.
11, or was it 10 and 11?
It
Okay,
was
10.
10 and
Okay.
11, yeah.
Always remember, you can always take your armor off, like, and leave it. I'm not sure if she would feel brave enough to do that. Feel free to be like, yeah, I probably would take my armor off. I'm just going for a stroll, but also it's water deep late at night, so maybe you don't
Yeah,
ever want to do
wouldn't-
that.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, like you make a bit of a noise and you back up and you do see like they don't see you, like I'm not gonna, but you do see that they heard something as they peek out of their again like patched ratty curtains and to see what's going on, and then you slowly watch as the door opens back up and your father standing there looking around, glancing and looking very nervous and like looking down at the bag. And you do watch as there's like a bit of an argument from the distance. And like maybe your mom is like, there's like an argument what to do with it. And eventually he picks it up, looking around, looking a little uneasy. Roll a fresh stealth check for me. This is you standing in the shadows, looming as Batman. So straight roll for this since you're not really like.
Oh, okay. Well, I can roll again.
Yeah, roll again. Because remember, stealth rolls essentially you get a DC 15. We know what the DC is. Ooh, 7. And you do see him look out in your direction, and like I'm not saying he sees you, but he sees a person,
Mm-hmm.
and you do hear a call out. Who are you?
Oh, she immediately turns around and starts walking away.
Don't go. Who? Too nervous to pursue whoever the shadowy figure in the night is, though. He closes the door and goes back in.
She's thinking to herself, I gotta find a better way to do this. But she doesn't trust anybody enough to do it. Yeah, and she just slowly makes her way back.
All right. Graf, Hillshire, you get in anything? Hillshire, you want to confront Graf about anything since he comes swaggering in?
Nope. He's gonna pretend like nothing happened. Is the blacksmith still open?
If you wanted to get there like right when you guys returned back, yeah. When again, time is mushy, so if you wanted to, yep. I'm fine with that.
Yeah, you could probably stop in and try to sell those silver bars.
All right. Let's see here. Do. Let's go out. What do we've got in here? Steam and steel. You go around and take a poke in the front. Who is it that is in charge of steam and steel? Oh yeah. So it's like I remember them being interesting as you kind of going through the front. You know, it's very much steam billowing. It's very hot on the inside. Sun settling, so it's all just very brightly lit inside. Your eyes adjust. There's two figures that would catch your eyes because one is a fire genasi, so like red hair, not like just a red head, but like lit, bright red, the color red hair, and like fiery looking eyes, and just kind of like orange complexions and spotted on his skin. And then the other gentleman is a water genasi, so the hair kind of floating with like a water effect, almost like they're underwater, and blue kind of toned to them. And at first they don't notice you as they're both just in the middle of
You sure it's not an air genasi?
I'm sorry, but he would not even be doing such base work. I will be honest. He would not be
Yeah,
doing,
you're right.
he would not be demeaning himself with such work.
Fair enough.
Or, I mean, to be fair, maybe he would. But... yeah, so they don't notice you as you kind of walk in.
Hello? Is there like a bell or anything nearby?
Yeah, there is. Like you like look, there is a
Gentlemen?
bell there, and it looks like maybe you have like a magical rune into it. To be rung. Do you like reach up and ring it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you ring it. So it's like it chimes like a normal bell, but there's like an almost magical enhancement to it. Not billowing, break, like cover your ears, but it does magnify it to a lot louder than you would expect. And so it kind of cuts through it. And they turn and they kind of see you, and one of them puts down tongs from where he was like cinching, I think is the word they use, like instead of the water creating the and then the gentleman in the corner stops from his like banging, and they kind of turn like, oh, welcome. The water genasi turns to you, and he's like, oh, new face. My name's Avi. At your service. How can I help you?
You have silvered weapons in this establishment?
Silvered weapons? Yes. A proper adventure, are you? Planning on fighting any specters soon?
Oh, it's more so I just recently came to possession of some ingots of silver, if you were interested.
Oh, you're here to sell. You're here to sell. All right, let's see it. What we've got? What are we working with? I'm always looking
Right,
for
I'll
good
pull
silver.
out one of the bars.
And remind me, how many bars do you have? And A are you offering?
7.
7, and they're worth how much?
50 each.
50 each. Okay. And you pull out one of them, and you're kind of like showing it to him. This is proper silver. It's rare seeing bars out and about. Where'd you get it?
Somebody paid us for it with a job.
Paid for a job. It's rare for people to pay with just silver bars. I like it. This is good silver. Give you good gold for it. Good chunk of this. 40 gold sound. As he kind of does take it over. And I'd say it after that, he's like weighing it, testing it, examining it. Checking to see
How
if it's
much?
hollow. 40 gold.
Well, I mean, we were told by the guy who gave it to us that he priced it at 55. I have 6 other bars.
6 other bars. Go ahead and roll a persuasion check.
Also, we're going to be living across the street, and we're probably going to be doing business more often.
You've got 6 bars. Oh, and the other one speaks up, the Fire Genasi. Oh, you're the ones moving into Old Troll Skull. Is that why you...
That's right.
You sure you don't need a silvered weapon while you're here? I heard the poltergeist in there can get kind of nasty. We heard some screaming when the new owner had first moved in, but you don't seem to be that older gentleman.
No, just looking to get rid of the silver right now.
All right, all right. Neighbors.
But not for 40 gold.
The other one, the water, just like, 6 bars, and you can maybe go up to 45. Here's a more important question for you, though. You and your friend, or he doesn't know there's more than one of you, so you and joining us for High Harvestide? You going to join in some of the neighborhood festivities?
Well, we got an invite. I don't see why not.
And what are you going to provide for the neighborhood? Any food?
Well, Paula said she didn't really expect us to bring anything, did she?
Not saying there's any expectations. I'm just curious if you're contributing to the neighborhood as new neighbors.
Well, now I feel put on the spot if I don't.
Maybe you can get a better price if you contribute.
All right. What do people normally bring?
Doesn't have to be anything fancy. You know, could bake rolls for all we care. As long as you're contributing something. Pies. Fresh produce. Fruit. If you want to
I'll
get a full
probably
list,
come up with something. I'll have to talk with the others.
if you want a full list, you could talk to Fala, but you promise you'll provide something for the High Harvest?
You have my word.
All right. We know where you live. 50 gold for the bars each.
All right. I will hand over all 7 bars.
Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. And you've cashed out?
All right. Now, do you sell rapiers here?
Damn right we do. Yeah, we known to make a pretty good rapier at all times. You bit of the fencing type?
I've thought about it, but... Well, let me see your selection.
Come on through. And the Fire Genasi kind of reaches out and hands like, the name's Imbrick. What's your name?
Hillshire, is he reaching out his hand?
Mm-hmm. It's all kind of like a glove on it because he's been working and such. So it's like a smithing heavy-duty glove on it.
Yeah, I'll shake his hand.
Welcome to the neighborhood, Hillshire. Sorry if I put you over the barrel for you to provide a little bit of food for it, but we try to toss in for each other when we can around here. Yeah, but anyway, I usually do the ones dealing with the weapons. So here are some of the rapiers, and he does show some of you to you, and they quote unquote basic rapiers, but they're fine work, new. and such. He does show you one that is silvered. He keeps trying to tempt you with one, right? You know, and he's like, "This is the finer piece we've done so far. Silver inlay. See how it goes through the blade. You can see it kind of in the light. Put a lot of work into that hilt. It's well balanced."
No silver today.
All right,
Yeah, just regular steel, please.
regular steel. Even Nate has. I need to pull up the equipment list. I think that gives you the basic prices still in the 2024. Let's see. All right, I think that's okay. Ooh. 25 gold for the rapier.
Mhm. Does it look like it's worth 25 gold?
Just so you know, above table, that is the price and the equipment for a rapier. But it is fine work. So it's like, from your professional experience, you know they can be pretty pricey, and that is pretty locked or like in good work.
Yeah, Hillshot doesn't know any better. He's just being cheap.
Okay, that's fine.
That sounds worth it to me. He'll take 20. He'll take it.
Very good. So you know, if you provide like a good sweet pie in the future for something like High Harvest, that maybe we can negotiate a little better price. He just kind of smiles and claps you on the shoulder. Anything else we can do for you?
How do you how's this neighborhood feel about cannolis?
I gotta say I don't know. It's like, and that's the fire genasi. He's like, I don't know what a cannoli is. And the water genasi, like, yeah, he's never had a cannoli. I've had a cannoli. What are you talking about cannolis for?
I just want to know how you thought about him.
Are you
I can
providing?
bring something.
Are you going to provide cannolis for the High Harvest side?
I can get cannolis. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, I mean,
I know a guy.
you know a guy that got cannolis. Are you going to be providing them for High Harvest side? Is this something you're going to be selling out of the Troll Skull? Are you going to be bringing them for bartering? What are we talking about? And what is a cannoli? It's I'll explain to you later, love. It's good food. Who's making the cannolis?
Well, I said I know somebody.
Yeah.
They're on the other side of the city. You probably don't know them.
Not saying I know them. I just want to know a little bit about them. You know, certain people know how to make good cannolis.
Well, I don't want to just give them away. That defeats the whole purpose of me providing you with the cannolis.
Do they come with like some sort of wisdom about it, or are they just bringing a cannoli out of a recipe?
No, they're just good.
Bring me a cannoli and I'll be the judge of that.
I'll bring you the best cannoli you've ever had. He's going to come out of the door and slam it.
I'll see about that. You hear through the door. And you hear like, what the fuck is a cannoli? It's we'll talk about it.
I got a guy. Got a guy who knows cannolis.
You got the water. Apparently the water genasi is down for some freaking cannolis. All right. Not that every shopping sequence has to be like that, but I do like the neighborhood of Troll Skull, so I think it's worth learning who the neighbors are and their personalities and stuff. Who knows what will happen in the future. Dun, 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 dun. All right, so while Hillshire was gone, anybody else want to do anything? Anything you want to declare for the evening?
I'll if I get my room set up, I'll just not do like a performance trying to attract anybody, but I'll just sit out on the porch or on the patio and play some tunes.
Yeah, maybe there's a bit of reflection for him, like you've been giving rooms for places you've been performing. Maybe you don't have an actual place. I'm just throwing this at you for you to help you to think about your character.
Yeah, no, I just kind of been going place to place and living off of whatever I can.
And yeah, so maybe it's a reflection of maybe Roots, interesting crew.
Maybe it would be.
Yeah. an opportunity for you to have a say on the entertainment. You know, usually you're being told what to do, but maybe you'll be able to have a say on the direction they take with it, which would be maybe new and different for you. I don't know.
Yeah, and 10 years is enough time to heal some old wounds.
You do hear the clinking from the neighborly steam and steel, the blacksmiths.
Oh, I'll build that into the song. Get a rhythm going with them.
Yeah, you listen to the rhythm of their smithing in there. Maybe they're melting and put into new shapes some silver for some new projects. Anybody else have anything?
I think Cora rolls in like super late.
Yeah.
Dragging her feet up to her room.
All right. Last calls. Next day rolls around. Cock-a-doodle-doo. Everyone wakes up. Except for maybe Cora. Maybe she sleeps in a little bit. I don't know. It's a new down. It's a new day. I'd say early in the morning. Who's the early riser?
Probably the
Don't everybody jump out at once.
musician.
Yeah, right.
Starts playing music.
He's used to playing songs late into the night at the tavern. So
That's
he
fair,
generally
yeah.
keeps the later.
And I say
Yeah,
early riser. Who's up first?
I would say Cora doesn't really sleep that well, so she would vary like a couple hours of sleep, but then she just gets up.
Hillshire, Zaba.
Y'all sleep in?
Oh boy, 3 a.m.
I think she probably gets up like, I don't know, sunrise or something like that.
I actually fell asleep on the tower.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, unfortunately, the perception check, I couldn't think of anything fun or creative for you to see outside of just beautiful cityscapes, by the way. I meant to mention that. And Graf didn't do anything sketchy, so you didn't get to catch him in the act. So
Yeah, that's kind of why I fell asleep up there. It was really nice.
yeah, very, very relaxing.
Yeah, Graf I don't think would be up first. I think he'd probably fit somewhere in the middle.
So all of you just hear like through the house, like maybe this will be what it is. You just hear this like this big wailing sound filling Troll Skull Manor, like everyone waking up, opening their eyes, like sun's coming through your own ratty curtains, right? It's like, what the fuck? And like Leaf is going through the house, kind of like, you all need to learn that you need to be up early if you're going to turn this place into any sort of work. Everyone up! He's just like, doing like a banshee, like poltergeist yell through the house.
Oh my god. Like a
5
rooster.
more minutes, Mom.
We have some mail for you all to look through.
What? Oh.
Cora's up. Cora goes
Graf
downstairs.
gets up.
Sure.
Cora looks like shit.
The first thing you all should think about is coffee for a place like this. Consider it.
Or hair on the dog, I guess.
Or hair of
Is
the
an
dog.
option.
There's a letter left for you in the mailbox early this morning. I would fetch it,
Another
but I cannot
one?
handle it. Actually,
Oh, that's
I
funny.
think he technically can. So yeah, he would just like present it to you all. I think he actually can manipulate objects. So he brings the letter, like shows it to the letters on the countertop for you all. Who wants to open the letter?
Does it have a seal on it?
This one does. This one does have a seal on it. It's very official. Return address is a Neverimber in the Castleward district on so-and-so street. etc.
I wonder who this is from.
Oh.
Cora would open it.
It's a letter from Renard saying if you guys would like to have a meeting, he is free that evening. Or actually, I say that evening, that afternoon, around 3. Third bell.
Okay.
Third
Meeting
evening
at-
bell. 3 p.m.
That's the time we're supposed to be setting up for the party.
That would be the next day. To be
Oh,
fair.
the next day. Okay.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
one more day before Harvest Tide.
Okay. Looks like we have some time for the meeting. Oh, Graf. Before you left, or I guess after you left, we made a deal with Yagra. We're going to convince Renar to take a true serum in front of her so she's satisfied. The offer of 400 was still on the table.
If it's a way to lower our risk while still getting a good reward, I'm all for it.
I figured you would be. Where exactly did you go last night?
I went searching for some shite. Specifically, I figured we didn't exactly grab the paintings we saw back at that warehouse.
You went back for the paintings?
Aye, and a couple other things. I think it might be useful if we had a way to communicate. Not quite unseen, but harder to intercept. And, of course, from anywhere. As Graf sets like 3 or 4 of the paper birds on the counter here.
Oh. Paper birds. Yagra gave us some of those.
She what now?
Yagra gave us 2 of those after you left.
Ah, I found a few more. So, I figure, we make sure everybody in the group has at least one. Then you get in trouble without anyone else around, and you have at least a few moments to write for help. Then,
I can imagine, like, in a fight, like, "Help!" Sign it really quick, send it. That'll be good to have. Well, I have something that I need to do before we have the meeting with Renar. I'll be back shortly.
Oh, before you go, yeah, sold off that silver we found in that warehouse, so everybody can get their cut.
How much did you get them for?
$50 a piece, so $350.
350. Did we have we had a group pool, right?
Yeah, we have a thread.
Yeah, that's right.
it
Should
is the
we-
Fat Loot channel.
Oh, the Fat Lou, that's right. Should we add it to the group funds? Or the skull... The skull troll? Yeah, I'm having such a hard time with the...
Troll skull.
Troll skull!
Remember,
Jesus!
just above
It's like
table,
such
always
a fucking-
just make sure it's clear. You guys can always rename it, right? That's just the name that it came with.
Yeah.
So, just in the future, if you want to name it as a new business or something.
Yeah, that's true. I may have to do that.
Oh,
Buddha automated suggestions, and he got them all jot down. So I thought y'all were stuck with
What
Troll
did-
Skull Alley.
What did Uda say?
I don't even remember, but that first day he was like, "How about this and how about that?" And y'all were like, "It's Troll Skull Manor, man." I'm like, "Oh, okay."
There's not even a troll in here.
Not yet.
But
Yeah.
the neighborhood is Troll Skull
Oh.
Alley. That's the
Yeah,
That's true.
okay. So we just have the manor. Okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. I'll get used to it. Should we put it towards the manor?
Don't we have the money for the manor now? We needed $12.50, and we got paid $2,000 from Neverember.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we do because it was 1,000.
And it takes 2 weeks. You said, Nate, is that right? 2 weeks to renovate, or is it 1 week?
Let's look at the downtime page. If you'll take your eyes to roll 20, I did start. I don't remember if I showed this to you guys last week, but this is I think I did.
Oh yeah.
12.
Are we supposed
Yeah,
to put
12 days to get the renovation
12
going.
days. All right. Well, then I guess we can split up the 350 gold.
Yeah, are we gonna just split that up now or keep it in party loot?
Honestly, I'm perfectly happy with throwing the whole 350 into renovations.
Yeah,
Same.
I'm okay with that too.
Does that mean we split the 2,000 that isn't going to be used in renovations?
I thought we already did.
already did.
Distributed the
Oh,
2,000.
we already distributed the 2,000.
Yeah.
Granted, I'm perfectly happy with doing the quick math with the bot and figuring out how much of a contribution from everybody would match, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if we have enough money now, we can do that. Maybe we can do it now.
It takes 12 days. Best get started on it as fast as
Mhm.
possible.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there somewhere, like a business that we need to go to renovate it?
Riley, sorry. I will answer your guys' question in a second. I need you to roll a d20, but you want to roll low.
Okay. Give me 1 sec.
Everybody?
No, this is just graph.
Oh, just Graf.
Do. Alright. So that allow me to D20. Alright,
Okay.
8.
All right. So for there is like a local guy, Bentnail, who does furniture and stuff. So you be going over a lot of things. So the real question for me is like, do you want to turn into a tavern, right? So you're like, you want to start serving booze, some basic food, pub fare,
Mhm.
and then just getting all the guild stuff right. Like anybody want to do anything exotic with your early impressions of it? I don't know what that would mean. Like, but like I don't know if anybody had any like wild ideas already germinating. Because I'm not gonna make you guys go track down all the stuff. You just say like, all right, we go to the appropriate places, we do the
Yeah.
1,000 gold, we do the, and you don't try and do you try
Mud
and
wrestling.
do it without doing the licenses and contracts?
No,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah. So yeah, it's just
Yeah.
you guys can spend, this morning as a group going about real quick, starting to make proper orders, hiring hands, et cetera, to get the process started.
Yeah.
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 I think-
Yeah,
or
doing-
I would say it's, to be fair, I think, let me just say this. I'm fine with you guys still getting into the meeting with Renar and such. Let's say it'll take a day, right? Since I'm messing with downtime a little bit, it'll take you guys a day to make arrangements, but you can still do the meeting with Renar in the middle of it, assuming you guys don't try and go on a side quest or something kind of thing, right? Just like you spend the day doing it, you'll get it going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just used the dice bot to do the math. It's 180 gold per person to do the thing, for renovations. If all 5 of us contribute even.
Yeah.
Right.
Fork it
So-
over.
180 gold from me being given towards the rebuild project for Project Troll Skull. It is done.
And that's 180 from everybody.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm, mhm.
All right. I say let's go and take a 10-minute break real quick. I need to use the restroom, so might as well. So let's do 3 after the hour, 10:03 here, whatever the time is in Westland.
7:03 way over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 10-minute break, and we'll reconvene and then kind of pick up with that.
All right, see you guys over.
Yeah, it sounds like everyone.
they did?
Yeah, that was the plan. All right. Justin, are you here? I heard everyone else's voice. Justin, are you back?
I already subtracted it.
So now it's just a matter of time. Is that the deal?
Just a matter of time. All right. All right.
Time after time.
Ugh, itchy eye. All right. Cool. So yeah, you guys get the process started. Leaf would have like a lot of advisement from his past life, though things have changed. You know, like go talk to so and so. You get there, it's like his daughter. It's like my father died 10 years ago, but you know I'll get your curtains for you. And you go to see the seamstress and such. Weird question, and this is a leading question. Where do you guys buy your candles from for lighting? This is targeted at somebody.
Making candles.
The candle maker.
This is targeted at Hillshire, so
From-
everyone
I
don't
mean,
think too hard about it.
from-
Just curious of what they do.
From Candlekeep.
I didn't know we were gonna need. How many candles does it take?
A percentage of 1,000 gold worth, but maybe you could get a deal with somebody or something. I don't know. I'm just curious what he does when the lighting and lanterns and candles and the candelabra needs to be restocked. Who does he go
Well, I
Where's
had
that
to
candle
go.
guy from Beauty and the Beast?
to? Leaf is gonna just like go into a candelabra.
Be our guest.
Be our guest. Be. I just want to know
Well,
if you should.
I had to go see somebody about something else, and I can see them about maybe getting candles for a little bit cheaper. Maybe.
I'm
Know
actually
a
curious.
Candle maker.
I know a guy.
Making
You
candles.
seem to know a lot of guys.
They're actually all the same guy.
He makes cannolis too.
Funny enough, he does. On the table, it really is all the same guy he's been talking about so far tonight.
I know.
Well, same person.
Yeah, quote unquote, the guy.
The guy.
He's got a guy. Just the one.
Just the one. That's all you need.
So, like, I want to get to the Renar stuff, but I do think this is like an interesting interaction for Hillshire. So, you all quote unquote spending the day. Hillshire, can we do a little scene of you going there the first half of the day before the meeting, meet with them and stuff?
I mean, if I could make it there and back before 3:00, yeah.
Yeah, I think going there and then meeting up with them, quote unquote, at 3:00 and the Castle Ward would be doable.
Yeah, I guess the Castle Ward isn't actually that far from where they are. So yeah,
it's
I could
central.
just split off and
Yeah, so you get to your Ninas and Nonos.
Nana and
Nana and Nono.
uh-huh.
I had that written down somewhere, but I couldn't remember off the top of my head. That's right. I don't think you were here, Cora, Lauren, when we did some of the like everyone like went off and like kind of we touched on backstory stuff a little bit. Hillshire saw his Nana and Nono.
Nana. Yeah.
Sorry, it'll take me a bit, but Nana and Nono, his grandparents who own
That's what I was gonna say.
yeah.
That's totally like a grandparent kind of nickname.
Mm-hmm. And they're candle. They work with the candle makers guild and stuff.
Oh, okay.
And so, like at middle of the day, they would be working, but working from home. So you know how to let yourself in. You probably have a key to their place. You live there, quote unquote, in their eyes. So you go in, but they're getting kind of old for the work, but they still do it, and You doing him
Yeah,
back?
he'd
Yeah.
probably bust in the same way he did the last time.
Hillshire, what? How many days have it been? Where were you last night?
Oh, well, I told you about that tavern that I found the job. Yeah.
They're letting you sleep there? You don't need to sleep there. You just tell them, don't take that out of your wages. You have a place to stay with us, Hillshire. You know you have a place to stay with us. You don't need to be staying over there with them. We'll take care of you here. I made your room last night.
I have partial ownership. We own the tavern. Of course I get to sleep there.
You own the tavern?
Well, yeah, with some other guys, but
So who are these other guys? Who are you talking to? Who are these people, Hillshire? Do you even know these people? Who did you just get on business with the people that just walked it off the street? You can't trust people off the side of the streets. Were these the people that you were in the sewers with? Oh my goodness, Hillshire! Oh my goodness!
Yes, Nana, yes. It was the sewer people. But
No,
look,
get in here. Our grandson's getting the business with sewer people. And then your grandfather
Nana,
comes on.
we're not working with the rat catchers. I told you this last time.
No, but you said you're working with sewer people. Oh my gosh.
We did a job in the sewer, but we got property for it. And look, I'm gonna give her a bag of gold.
What is this?
And look, this is just from the sewer job that we did.
This is sewer money? Is there blood and poo on this stuff, Hillshire? What is this?
No, I didn't get it from the sewer. I'm saying the job got me this money.
Yeah? And you're like, no, speaks up. What is all this talking about? What are you talking about? A tavern? We got property? You're a property owner? What's going on here? Where is this property? In the Dark Wards?
Oh, it's in the North Ward. It's a nice place. I mean, we got to fix it up, and that's kind of part of the reason why I came here, actually.
So you're going with some sewer people to get a fix me up. Who are these people? Can you trust them? How much money did they ask from you?
We're all splitting the money even.
Are you sure they're not lying to you, Hillshire?
I can see scams.
He says
I'm not getting scammed.
He says you can see scams. I don't know anything about it. You say you can see scams, but maybe you know you got scammed. You don't know you got scammed. You've been... I'm sorry I'm fixated on the sewers, Hillshire, but you were crawling through sewers. Our grandson. I cannot imagine. This is
I'm not going back into the sewers. All right? That's not my job. Forget about the sewers.
No. It's like, in the sewer, did it help you in the sewers, Hillshire? It was a good... You put a good work out of it, didn't you? Put up good work, didn't it? It's good blade. Good blade.
Oh, the sword.
It's good blade. Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's a real fine blade.
Real good blade. Yeah. Put in good work. So you're opening a business with these people, Hillshire. These other people. You know we have a business here, and you always have a home here. You can make gold with us, Hillshire.
Well, I just wanted to give this a shot.
Why give it a shot? You don't need to give them shots. We need you. Who's gonna run the business when we're gone, Hillshire?
Nana, why you always tried to stop me from being my own person?
You are your own person. Oh no, speak some. You are your own person, but you are your own person, but you're also our grandson. So you sure you don't want to? You need to be our grandson, Hillshire.
Of course, I'm your grandson. I'm here right now to be your grandson. It's just your grandson maybe doesn't want to be a candle maker.
They're very much as like they both take a very long deep you've been trying to tell them that, right? Probably for weeks, if not longer. But maybe this is the first time you just flat out said it. The thing you obviously been saying, but they did not want to hear. That's you don't want to be a candle maker. My father, he was a candle maker. His father was a candle maker. My great aunt, she was a candle maker. Candle making's in our blood, Hillshire. It was in your parents' blood too. They would have taken over the business if then what happened didn't happen. You're like,
Look,
you're sorry, you need you're sorry, I wrote it down and then I changed my page. 1 second. Nana, no. Your Nana sits down and she's just kind of like head in her hands in her face kind of thing. Go ahead though. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
look, we don't have to talk about the future right now, okay? I mean, things are going well. If it doesn't work out, then I know you're all here for me. I'm not going anywhere. We're just in the North Ward. It's not like we're actually adventuring.
What do you mean not actually venturing, Hillshire? You are taking up the blade. Okay. Earning out with adventuring money.
Well, no,
You know
it's not adventuring. If you
say
don't leave the town, then it's not adventuring. It's just work.
don't get pedantic with me, Hillshire. You know how far away the North Ward is from here? We're getting old. We can't come in and visit you. We're gonna have to get a porter. That's a whole day thing. Do you even have a guest room for us over there?
No, of course I can make a guest room. You could always have a room there. But I can come here. You don't need to go all the way up there. I know walking's hard.
You heard him. No, he says that he has a room for us, so we can come and visit whenever we want. We all heard it. So when can we come and visit?
In 12 days.
Oh, and 12. Yeah, we're not going to be open for 12 days. That's actually kind of the reason why I came here.
Oh, what do you need? You need our help?
Yeah, there's two things. There's it takes a lot of money. It's kind of a fixer-upper. We got to renovate the place, and we are going to need a lot of candles.
I got just one second, Hilly. And no walks off in the back of him, kind of comes out. He's got he's got one crate there. He's like, all right, I've got 3 crates for you. Get the mule, get it transported over there. We'll get sent over to you. You have the address for this new place of yours, this new business of yours.
Probably.
Yeah, you give him the address, quote unquote. All right, we'll get some. How many you need? Okay, we'll get them sent over to you. No, we'll get them sent.
I mean, how much is it? I don't want to.
No. You're not paying for the candles. You're not paying for the candles. No.
Well, to be fair, I did give them that bag of gold, and it was 100 gold.
We don't even need that money either. Take the money back.
No. Just
we're
keep
not
the
desperate.
Money.
No, we don't want the money, Hillshire. We don't need the money. We don't want your sewer blood money. You're not adventuring.
No,
Just take
it's
it back.
not. This isn't sewer money. This is tavern money, and it's not just about the candles. I need some cannolis too.
Oh, you need the cannolis too. Okay, we can count on coming back whenever he needs cannolis. I'll see what I can do. How many cannolis do you need?
I don't know. It's a guy who's never had them before. Maybe a dozen.
Someone who's never had cannolis before. Interesting.
Yeah, they were being pretty critical too. The other one was kind of judgy.
Oh. Were these people working at your tavern? So we can have a little talk to them about cannolis and about
they're just neighbors.
Traditional
They're
food.
just getting together for like
neighbor.
something for the festival.
Oh, Harvestine. We never really celebrated Harvestine too much growing up for ourselves, but it's nice here in Waterdeep. Everyone's bringing food together and everything like that. We got some other dishes we're putting out in the neighborhood. No, maybe we can go, I know we had plans here, but maybe we can join them up there for the Harvestine. It's like, oh yeah, we'll be up there. We're going to come, you guys celebrating in the neighborhood. We'll come up there. What, tomorrow? Yeah, we can make it tomorrow. Cannolis, we'll make it by. We'll come by. We'll see the new tavern of this. We'll see your new friends. These people who are not sewer people. Yeah, we'll come by. We'll see what's going on. Yeah, we'll just take a little look.
Thank you, Nana. Thank you. I kiss her on the cheek.
Yeah, yes. And she kind of picks up the gold and tries to stick it back into your hands. She's like, here, let's take this back now. We don't need it.
Nana, that money's for you.
We don't need your money. Take it back. What if some
I'm gonna
pirate
count it
comes
out.
looking for the gold back and they come knocking on our doors? We don't want it.
All right, I don't want to drag on too long.
No, yeah, okay. No, but Nona does like grab you by the shoulder before you leave. Because remember, you do always have a place here. And hopefully
I know.
there's an expansion for a candle making shop in your tavern. It would mean a lot to your nanny. Sorry, Nana.
No, Nana's fine too. Nana.
Nana. It mean enough to you, Nana, if you just, had it on maybe a candle making business. Doesn't have to be anything big.
I know. I still got my tinderbox with me.
I know you got your tools with you, Maybe you put a little display up. Aromatic candles. People are going crazy these days for all these crazy ones that kind of themed names on it. Whatever just happened, there's a good old candles with some mint in it or something. All right. We love
Just
you.
Imagine there's like a rival Bed Bath and Beyond shop.
Yeah.
2 blocks away. They're like that other
Big
candle
Seriously,
shop.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about you guys. If you went to like local markets and stuff, it's always just like for a while there, candles were really trendy. Everyone was making like homemade candles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
What is it? Is it soy candles? I'm thinking. Was that like the?
Soy.
Is it soy? There was like something that was like very alternative, the kind of like better candles with more of a holistic approach to it. I don't remember.
Oh,
Maybe
I know
it was.
CBD.
It wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't CBD, but I actually haven't heard that one yet.
Yeah.
Anyways, and they give you a hug and everything. Don't forget to use the sword. If, it's a good sword. And stay safe. Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Hillshire?
Yep.
4.
Okay. You don't notice anything. You don't notice Cora standing on the block. What was I saying? Just looming like Batman on the top of a roof, looking down at you. You don't notice anything.
Clank as your ones were there.
All right, off you go. Long story short, because I'll probably forget. At some point later on, you'll notice that they slipped any gold you left with them in your pocket when you left. You didn't notice. You didn't
I
notice.
already added it back. I figured.
Oh, okay,
There's
yeah.
there's no ad-
They
there's
were
no
stubborn.
arguing with
Like
them.
if you were being stubborn, they were gonna put it on your person and send you out the door with it. Okay. All right. Thank you for everyone's patience. I did want to see the emotional resonance of them recognizing the fact that you were going to be starting a business somewhere else.
No, I love them.
They're some of my favorites. So yeah,
I
so
hate to do this in the middle of the session, but I am barely awake, so I am going to call it here.
Okay. Are you okay if we do Renar interactions without you?
Yeah. Graf was gonna help the party out with what they wanted, anyways. Was the plan.
Yeah, I think everyone was on board with the whole convincing him to at least meet with his Zentarum, so we can kind of start with that. Okay.
So ahead of time, Graf would like to take the help action to convince Renar to accept the...
We'll plug that in wherever it might seem like it's necessary. A free reroll for somebody. All right. All right. Good night, Riley.
Good night, Riley.
Good night, everyone.
Good sleep.
Good night. Good night.
Third evening bell rolls around, and you all meet up in Renar's home. The elderly, older guard gentleman nods at you all and just kind of gestures for you all to be able to go into the small mats. Do I have his token? Boom, 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 boom. I did have it somewhere, right? And then Renar. 1 second. Where'd you guys rescue him from? This. Boom. Mm-hmm. Copy. Bring them back. All right. Yeah, I don't have a map or anything for it, but I just like to have tokens for those who want something kind of visual as you guys are talking with them. So yeah, you meet him at his home, and he kind of welcomes you all into that same kind of meeting or waiting room from original that he originally had you guys wait before taking you to. You do also kind of know that he has like a private vault, kind of precious things behind locked and keys somewhere in the house. But you guys are in like the waiting room, a little loungy. Jenkins, his butler, provides food and small like little sandwiches and preferences and such for everyone. But he kind of settles in, like, "Oh, hello everyone. Surprised you wanted to meet again so quickly. What can I do for you all? It's a pleasure to see you all again."
Hmm. I don't believe we met, sir. I should
Oh,
probably introduce myself.
oh yeah, a new face. Uh, that's your pleasure.
Well, I've had it for a while, but I understand that it's new to you. My
He-
name
he
Now
is.
I'm gonna laugh at like most of your jokes.
Renar actually did like smirk. He enjoyed the little comedy.
Oh, nice. My name is Ashby K. Everhart. Very pleased to meet your acquaintance, sir.
Very well met, Mr. Ash. I'm Lord Renar Neverember. To service, though Lord's a little bit of a loose title these days. Did your friends inform you that they're my saviors and heroes of the nasty
They have,
burgundy?
and I actually am aware of who you are. I've seen you at numerous of my venues where I have performed. Of course, I oftentimes will blend into the background at events that you might attend, so you may not recognize me, but you probably have heard some of my musical ability.
Indeed. And what instrument do you play? I'll probably
Yes,
recognize. I said, what instruments do you play?
yes.
Oh, any particular performances I might remember?
Oh, well, there are some particular instruments that I play a little better than others, but I can pick up pretty near anything and
Hmm.
give it a shot. But
Bit of a savant with music, then. Interesting.
I, I would definitely say that. I truly enjoy my spoons because they're easy to carry, and I always have an instrument with me wherever I go. But I also play numerous string and wind instruments. Also have a couple of percussion instruments that I am skilled at besides the
Did
spoons.
you say spoons?
Well, yes, sir, right here.
But uh, those are an instrument.
Sir, I must tell you that I am very saddened by the fact that you have never once in the entire span of your life been graced with the beautiful, beautiful noise that is the spoons.
I dare say I've not ever experienced the spoons before. Perhaps you could do a performance for the households at some point or today. I'm not sure if you're here to perform. Is that what? Are we here
Oh,
to
no, sir.
discuss
Yeah,
perhaps a patronage?
I'll tell you what.
Unfortunately,
I actually don't know much about this whole situation, so I can play some accompanying music in the background while y'all talk.
sounds lovely. Accompanying spoons. Well, I
Most
see
definitely.
Uda Ada's not with you all. Is everything all right with him?
Uda Ada is fine. He had some engagements in his village. He needed to leave.
Oh, business outside of Waterdeep. Understandable. So what
Mhm.
can I help you all with? Is this about Mr. Ash here? Are we looking for... Unfortunately, as a musical patron, it's not something I'm able to help with
No,
at the moment, but I might
actually,
know somebody.
we're here to discuss some delicate matters with you involving your kidnap.
Oh, some new information has come to light to you all, I see. All right. What sensitive matters is that? He gets like very more serious, and you have my attention.
To be frank with you, Lord Renar, the Zentarim are still interested in kidnapping you.
And he kind of like sighs. Yes, I was afraid of that.
It's come to our notice that They are still seeking information involving your father and the Stone of Galore.
I've told them in the moment that I didn't know anything. Well, don't think they were done questioning me, but I told them everything I know. I knew this was going to get bad business.
They're very difficult to convince.
As most of us know here in Waterdeep, when they get a bone in their teeth, they don't like to let go.
We come with a proposition to help you and to help us with the situation. We are in contact with one of the Zhentarim members.
Indeed.
And that member is willing to set up a meeting and to hear the words from yourself under magical means, so they know that you're not lying. If you do this, you would be free and clear with the Zhentarim.
So the Zhentarim is still not satisfied with the beating they gave me, and they need more proof that I don't know anything about this stone and my father's, this rumored vault.
Correct.
And you all have connections with the Zhentarim. I don't judge you for that. As part of the noble circles, I know you have to find connections where you can and opportunities. That's not a judgment. I do want to ask if you work for the Zhentarim. Do you consider yourself Zhentarim guild members? I would assume not, since you rescued me, but I do want to ask plainly, and I hope for a plain answer.
We are not a part of the Zhentarim Guild, no. We are working independently.
Very well. And it's on to me to get them off my back. It's their demands, is it?
We're trying to find...
He stands up. He's like, kind of like, he has like a little bit of wine in a cup, and he's kind of walking around now, kind of thinking. He's pacing a little bit.
Yeah. We're trying to find some middle ground, somewhere where you don't get kidnapped again, we won't be put in a bad situation, and we get the Zhentarim off your back. It would be a single member that you would meet. And this member is working independently on their own.
An independent member of Zhentarim working individually. And did they tell you what did you say they need to do to prove that I'm telling the truth? If a beating was not enough?
They're going to make you drink a truth serum.
A truth
serum? So you
serum?
tell the truth.
Compulsion of truth through magical alchemical properties. Interesting. As much as I would like to say that is an easy proposition, and for me to tell the truth on all these matters, I have hesitancy to do such a thing underneath the guise or underneath the watchful eyes and questions of the Zhentarim.
Understandable. Is there somewhere where we can all meet? It would be this only one Zhentarim agent, and we would be there.
And you claim they don't know they're acting independently?
That is what they said.
I believe my secrets are my own, and I don't want to even speak to an independent member of the Zhentarim, as it stands. Could we make this problem just go away if they're being so brazen to come here independently?
How so?
I wouldn't lie if I didn't say I would be curious to ask them questions of their own rights. I have connections. I would be very interested in the Zhentarim's operations, but more of a personal. They make demands of us, and they expect us to bend our knees to them. But if we can make this independent inquiry disappear. I don't have to worry about divulging any of my secrets. And
I don't
the
believe
problem goes
getting rid
away.
of this. I don't think this is just one problem. This is one agent, but the entire faction is searching for the Stone of Galore. If we get rid of this one problem, another
Damn
problem will
Stone
show
of
up.
Galore. Whatever secrets I might have, please know that the secrets I hold have nothing to do with whatever these damn Stone of Galore is and whatever this God's forsaken vault. It's none of that information. You go ahead and roll a persuasion check, though. As Graf helps, he kind of just speaks up. He's like, well, the other option is we'll kidnap you. I'm just kidding. But I'll just allow you to have the help from him in this moment. 16.
16.
You think other members of the Zentarum would still be after me besides this independent actor?
I do. They're the ones that kidnapped you in the first place. It's not just one agent working alone. This particular member is attempting to gather information or kidnap you to benefit themselves within the rank. But the guild itself is still looking for the stone, and you are its #1 target.
Yeah, this is too much of an issue to go quietly, would it? Even if just one. I'm
Correct.
open to the idea. But as I've said, I have secrets of my own that I would not want to divulge.
What do you
my...
suggest we do? Do you think they would ask secrets outside of the Stone of Galore?
It's the Zentarum. What do you expect?
Hmm.
I don't trust them with anything. And I'll be in a very vulnerable position. Sounds like you're all being mediators in this, which I'm grateful for. If I could set the conditions that if the line of inquiry moves anywhere beyond the Stone of Galore and my father's vaults, that you would intervene.
I can agree to those terms.
Would
I don't know about
you
the others?
intervene with your blades and magic to protect me and my secrets in that moment, not on some grander scale, in my moment of vulnerability?
Would we need to intervene like that? Is there not some alternative way to stop them from questioning? Perhaps you just get up and leave.
I'm afraid if I stand up and leave under certain lines of questioning, that would be admitting truth by my actions. I could refuse to answer. I don't know what they know about me. Sounds like not much, but you never know. Perhaps if they did know, they would not have attempted what they did, but... So I think the likelihood of it being, of them inquiring on it, unless they get a sniff of it, to be low. But it's still an important secret to me, and I would need protection from you all in this.
This member of the Zentarum is offering us 400 gold. Just to set up the meeting. I know we have a good relationship because we saved you, but we would be putting ourselves in the risk of the Zentarum. What could you offer us?
You know I can be generous with my own rewards. There might not, I myself may not reflect such power and wealth as a whole Zentarum organization. This one maybe is acting individually. You know I'd be very happy to reward you all with a higher bid, as it were. And just know that there's more than one powerful faction in Waterdeep. And you would also be finding favor with these other factions.
I can agree to your terms. And she'll like kind of look around at the others, see if kind of gauge how they're feeling about it.
Seems somewhat reasonable.
Yeah, I can agree to that.
Ash, how do you feel?
Ash is busy playing spoons.
Oh, that's right.
He goes, what? You broke my rhythm.
Oh.
Now I got to start over.
Apologies. All right. So we set up this meeting. Where would this work best for you?
Where? I have a few places in mind. I don't want them in my home.
Obviously. But we could meet at the Troll Skull Manor.
That's your new residence, isn't it? The one... Oh, that's... I assume you've taken up the mantle of Troll Skull from Volo, then?
Correct.
How are you finding it?
A little run down, but we are in the process of renovating it.
I would
It
agree
has
to
potential.
grounds of yours. I think that's actually a good idea. Something very neutral. And I trust you all as mediators, only for the fact that you've saved me and you seem to still be acting in my interest for, sounds like, in some sort of honor, which I appreciate. Honor goes a long way in certain circles. In truth, no secrets.
I hope that we can all resolve this peacefully.
I'll be clear with you since you're all putting yourselves in, or as clear as I can, since you're putting yourself between them just delving for truths I'd rather have left unsaid, and you perhaps putting yourselves, even for goals, on the line for it. I have connections to very important organizations, better left unsaid. So I'd rather keep anything inquiries on that. Mum is the word.
We will do our best to ensure that your secrets remain a secret.
Very good. I can agree to these terms.
Excellent. The Zentarum agent is going to contact me as soon as they come in touch with the truth serum. And of course, I volunteer to try the serum beforehand to make sure it's not poisoned, if that makes you feel more comfortable.
He kind of like looks taken aback, but in a very like with a smile. Indeed, you've offered that. Honor is my readings of honor on you is true. Very impressed. Curious. But I appreciate you putting yourself into danger on my behalf again. Know that if you need to, or put yourselves in more bodily harm for me, wielding your weapons and magic, I would easily pay you at least 1,000 gold in that moment to intervene and protect my life and my secrets.
I gotta write it down real quick, hold on. 1,000 gold to intervene. That is quite generous.
So you're convinced they are after more than just the stone?
I'm not convinced. I'm worried. But I'm not. I would suspect. I would suspect the Zentarum of taking advantage of any situation where they have complete leverage and ownership of the situation.
It's understandable. I would be cautious as well.
Well, I appreciate you all coming to me. I just rolled an insight check for him. Especially since it sounds like you have an ongoing conversation with the Zentarum and that they wanted me. I may presume that you maybe did stand in the way of any more darker attempts at my truths, or lack thereof. So you have my thanks. Again.
Cora inclines her head.
So I could await for your word on when this meeting can take place at Trollskull Manor on the North Ward.
Yes, it should be in the next few days. But I can send a paper bird to you and tell you the location of our manor and the time.
Don't feel inclined to send a paper bird if you don't need to. You can send me a letter here.
Oh, true. Oh yeah, letters do exist.
They do exist.
Or a letter.
Very well. Anything else you'd like to discuss with me?
No. That is all. She'll kind of look around at the others to see if they have anything else.
No, that covers it.
He kind of stands for you, kind of, assuming Zaba and Ash don't have anything else they want to comment on that.
No, it's like a straightforward plan that serves everyone.
Sounds perfectly reasonable to me.
Excellent. Well, thank you all for your hospitality. Jenkins will see you out. Cora, may I have your ear for a moment in private?
Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, she nods her head.
Please know it's nothing too devious, my friends. Right.
Can I do an insight just to see if just
100%. Yeah. I encourage
that's
insight
crappy.
checks. Yeah.
Yeah, that's wisdom's my weak point.
Udana picks his head and he's like, "Can I do a new deck?" No, I'm just kidding. Unfortunately, it's how you read the situation, whatever your interpretation is.
Cora, you gonna be all right?
Yes, I believe I'll be fine. You
All
aren't
right.
planning anything devious, right, Lord?
Nothing devious of any sort. You know I can't fight. You wouldn't or wield any sort of magic, so I don't think I'm the least of your concerns.
Just in case, I'm gonna toss her a bardic inspiration just in case.
A little
little Super Mario sound.
Your music is unique, foreign in a way, but very good, Mr. Ash.
While I have been a proud resident of Waterdeep for about the last decade, a foreigner I certainly am.
Waterdeep accepts everyone by the end. We all become her citizens.
To varying degrees, I would agree with you.
If there's nothing else, I'll have this private moment with Miss Cora. All right. I assume everyone exits the room.
Yeah. We'll wait in the hall.
Is anybody trying to listen to the door?
Of course. Definitely
Every
trying
single
to
one.
listen at the
All
door.
4 of them.
The butler is out there, just so you know. So I'm going to give you a moment to see if you can figure out a way for somebody maybe to try and listen at the door and try and make this work. Yeah.
We're all here?
Pretty much all of you are here, except for I'm sure Graf would be mischievous in his own right, but I'm not going to speak on his behalf and have him do anything. He's going to go exit without any resistance.
I'll kind of try and make a signal to Hillshire, like, hit my ear and point to the door, and then I'm going to walk over towards the butler and say, "Excuse me, sir, could I just ask you a quick question?"
Yes. Yes, you may.
I happen to be a fan, if you will, of the decorations in
So
manners of lords and ladies. I was wondering if you could explain a bit some of the tapestries and some of the other.
So you're going to try and distract him 100%. I'm here for it.
Exactly.
So he goes into the distraction phase here. So Hillshire, as he's trying to talk them up, you'd get a chance to do a stealth here at advantage if you wanted to try and listen at the door in this next brief conversation for as long as he can keep up the distraction.
All right.
All right, so you do attempt it. All right.
Yep. 17.
All right, now I would like you to roll a perception check.
Ooh, nat 20.
Nat 20.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
No secrets rooms. It was going to be a secret room, but I'm fine with this just being at least Hillshire and Cora will experience this conversation. But
I was going to say, if Hillshire is willing to say that he'll share it later, we might as well do it now. Okay.
Well, either way,
I can do like charades while I'm listening.
You know what?
I mean, you can just tell us later, but
I will do secrets room except for Hillshire, and I'll just out of curiosity to see how they and your characters end up playing this. So I am curious. I'll give you guys room to feel like you can own the information in your own ways. So if everyone's okay with that, Brent, I'll move you and Kevin to the other room, and then we'll do a quick little thing here.
Yeah.
All right. So as they kind of leave and close the door, you do hear some like, so about the decorations outside, and like this kind of talk of Miss Cora, I'll be plain and honest with you. I've been impressed with the little bit that we've been talking, and you're establishing a bit of what I would call a feeling of trust for me. You've shown yourself to be honorable in a lot of different ways. I think I would like to divulge with you a part of the secrets that I'm holding back so you can use that for better judgment of what is to come. And it's also an invitation into my trust. Yes. Frankly, I'm not saying I would say I'll be sure for the rest of your group. Bit dubious that you all did not want your faces to be seen by the guards, and I don't judge you for that. Everyone has reasons to not be seen. A small gesture of trust to bring you into my confidences, if that is a word. If you're comfortable with that, I don't want to force it upon you.
No, I would very much like your trust.
Excellent. So, I'm going to divulge an important secret, and in the sense that it could get me killed in the wrong hands, and that would be the Zentom definitely be included in that. I was alluding to, I am a part of an organization. Not just connected to them, I am an active member of this organization. Have you ever heard of the Harpers?
Yes, I've heard of them before.
Secretive spies, we try and keep our connections a little bit more on the down low, a little bit more quiet. We keep our identities very secret so that we may move a little bit more freely through society, especially with somebody of my assumed station, that I wield so much power that my father's gone, but I am still nobility. Depending on how everything goes after all this too, through you, perhaps I could offer some work on behalf of my organization. Not asking you to join, though in the future, if that's something you seem to align with us, you all seem to be very useful and resourceful is the word I'm looking for.
And this is why you don't wish to share some secrets with the Zentarum.
Needless to say, Harpers and Zentarum do not see eye to eye on practically anything. We try and keep society up, and we have a bloody history. When I tell you some of the intrigue involved in our organizations goes all the way up to the tops in the history, it's very personal.
Hmm.
I don't know if they have any suspicion that I'm on AMA Harper, but I would not want them to be angling for any of those kind of secrets.
Understandable.
I think I've had my say on that. Do you have any questions?
No, it makes more sense now, and I'm glad that you trusted me with this information.
I trust
do
you.
have-
Oh, go ahead. Oh, go ahead.
I may have a personal question for you.
Yes.
I'm dealing with some elements of my past, and I have a hard time finding information about certain members and a certain organization that I'm facing myself. Would the Harpers be able to find out more information for me?
We could. We are purveyors of information, especially if it's for factions and organizations working ill, perhaps. We try and keep tabs on many as we can. Do you have
This-
any information you would like to share now? No, there's not underneath any pressure to.
Yeah, she looks like a little nervous. She almost like has like a little sheen of sweat. This organization, I've been hunting for them for a while, and I fear that my parents' lives are in danger if I don't find them.
Indeed.
It's the Church of Cyrus. I don't know if you've heard of them before, but I'm searching for them.
This is me just acting above the table. Like
Mhm.
Cyrus Cyric? Is that?
Is it Cyric?
I think
Did I
it's
just make that up?
Cyric, right? I think
Cyric? Oh,
Is it,
it totally is Cyric.
Of deceit? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
one of the nastier gods.
Church
Yeah,
of Cyric. Yeah.
yeah. Justin knows a lot of good Forgotten Realms lore too, so you'd be able to. Yeah, Cyric. Yeah.
Cyric.
So
Sorry,
Church of Cyric.
Yeah. I didn't look at my notes before I said that.
That's all right. I know all about that.
Yep.
Cyric, nasty business. I think we've had some run-ins with some of their
Incredibly.
cults over the years. Nothing immediate from myself that I could share with you. And know that as a connection, I'd be happy to try and find information for you. Well, there's a difference between outsiders asking for information and members doing investigations. I'm not pressing you for joining us, but just keep that in mind that I'll do what I can for you. But if you need more information, perhaps pressing in the future more closely, if you like our organization, could be beneficial and put the resources in your hands, as it were.
I will. I'll consider that. Thank you.
Once we get through this meeting, though, I promise that I will look into it for you and provide any information I can.
I appreciate that, Lord Renar.
You're welcome. And again, thank you all for your things. And I want to say with a little bit more informally, thank you for tasting poison on my behalf. I can't say I've had anyone to offer that before. So, and he gives you like a very deep bow. Generously, thank you very much. I trust you to hold this information as privately as you can. I don't know how much you trust your friends, but I must say I don't trust them. So I do ask that you do not share this with them unless it's of dire importance.
Of course.
Excellent. Thank you, my lady. I will see you to the door. And he goes and Hillshire like, I'm gonna put everyone back.
Jump and roll.
Yeah. Thank you guys for your patience. You guys see Hillshire like the corner of your eye, Ash and Zaba. You see Hillshire kind of like upright himself from the doors, and the doors open up, and I would like you all just everyone roll deception checks for me. That was in the hallway, not
Whistling.
yeah. So Hillshire and Zaba and Ash. So one from Ash, I think, is the only thing I'm looking for. You hear Brent is showing your microphone lighting up, but I don't hear you talking. Row.
Oh, did he freeze? Unless he's talking without breathing.
Yeah, right. Or something might have just happened. I'm a fair. Yeah, maybe something accidentally broke.
Oh. Well, that happened to me earlier. Discord froze and I couldn't click on anything, so I had to restart.
I just saw this message about it in time too. We'll definitely talk about that because I know I've suggested that in the past. Oh yeah, Brent. Unfortunately, it sounds like everything's broken, but it's not that important. Hopefully, you can hear me. We can end on that note. Everyone else, I'm fine with them getting their deception checks. And there's not. He does kind of like, oh, you're all here. But with the timing and everything, he says his goodbyes. And you guys are. Oh, there you are. Hello. Oh.
I thought I was still in the other room. I was like, what the heck?
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I brought everyone back. I did ask for a deception
Yeah,
check.
I never heard it.
Yeah, just roll a deception
ignore.
check. It's for this is just as they come out and see everyone in the hallway, you kind of talking and stuff, just for like a read on the space. Excellent.
How's that?
Yeah, 100%. Like not
Yeah,
even an
+8.
inkling. Yes, another charisma. I love it. I'm glad someone got like a bard for it. You can see like intrigue as a little bit of an underpinning for some of the stuff. Yeah, so you can walk out. Thank you all for your time. Thank you, Miss Cora. I'll be awaiting word from you all, and you guys and he and Jenkins exit you guys out of the
Okay.
manse.
Jenkins, we'll have to continue this the next time I visit. I
Yeah,
appreciate you helping me.
Yes, Mr. Ash, I'll be happy to go with you to decorate. Kind of like he's so excited about somebody like took interest in what he did with the decorations and stuff. You definitely enthralled him with that conversation. And I don't know if you heard me though, Brent. I did say I just saw your message about the 10:30. Yeah, we'll have a discussion about it because that's something I've offered in the past to my East Coasters. But we'll make it a conversation and make sure everyone's comfortable with it. Yeah.
I just thought if we don't want to lose Graf every time a half an hour early, we could
Yeah.
just start a half an hour early and end a half an hour early.
Starting a half an hour early, I think is going to be a little tricky for some of their work schedules. I think like Justin particularly, and maybe even Kevin, since you guys work at the same place. That's kind of close.
I mean, I could always just come in 30 minutes early on Wednesday.